Can you turn the light up, please? Hello, folks. We are finally live. Nigel is here. He's just had kittens, but we made it. We finally made it.
I hate this.
So we did
Absolutely hate this. I spent all bloody day messing about with all my stuff, got it all working, everything fine, and come in here to go live, and none of it works, or I just lost it.
But we're here.
Yeah, but I feel really
We're
stupid
here.
now.
So let's just see if anyone's going to join us.
If you join us, type hello in the chat so we can see that you're here. This is not how we intended to start. We had loads of lovely things lined up, and none of them I can actually use now because I don't know what I'm doing. I feel really stupid now.
So let's see if anyone does join us.
Hi, Joe. Can you?
Hello, my love.
I don't even know what to do about this now. I'm just
Nigel almost had a bit of a meltdown, but we're fine, and we managed to get it all sorted, and we're running. So we just wait to see if anybody else is going to join us. Word up. Share it again on your socials. Thank you, my love. Nigel's doing that, I think, aren't you, Nige? Are you sharing it on the socials, Nige?
I'm going to.
No, don't do that now. Can you share it on the socials, please, lovely? Okay. We're getting there. We're sharing it on the socials. And then we'll make a start. You done it?
I'll do it here, it's easier.
Okay, we're switching over.
What do I need?
Right, you need to go to YouTube.
I need to then get
typing out their paranormal. Find out their paranormal. Then you need to find the live link, and then you share it.
What, this?
Yeah. That's it. You got it. You got it. Dave! Hello! We're having the usual out there paranormal chaos. Nige is sharing the link now. Nige spent 4 hours creating a really cool intro and nothing worked. After 4 hours of his work, Nige, just carry on sharing. I'll carry on
send
talking.
it to you.
What?
And you can share your screen.
Oh God, Nige, let's just get the link up. Let's just get the link up first, and then we'll go from there. Ay. Okay. Oh, do you need an adult? Do you know what? Yeah, we need a grown up to come in. Not just very happy. It's fine. It's fine. Do you know what? We've got wine. We've got our favorite 19 crimes wine here. So, you know, it's fine. Wine will keep us going through all of this.
Yeah, but I can't drink a lot of it, can I? Because I've got to bloody drive home.
He has got to drive home, yes.
Bloody nightmare.
But you can have a sip.
I know.
I think Nige needs a bit of a sip. I really feel for him because he put a lot of work into tonight and He spent ages trying to get it all working and nothing's working. But you know what? That's the joy of Macs, isn't it?
No, they work fine. No, do you know what? I don't
Macs
care.
work when you want them to work. Oh, God.
John, pack my fucking stuff on there.
Macs work when you want them to work, and then when you have times like this, they don't often work. Nige, you going to come and join us?
I don't even have to share that, right?
Here we go. Right.
How many people have we got? 5 people. Hello, 5 people. You're very kind.
Watching the tantrum. Have some wine. Oh dear. It's fine. We're fine. Everybody knows it's Captain Chaos when they sign into us. It's good. It's not a problem. Right. Now then, here we are. Out there paranormal. Now I just had some wine, so he's fine.
I hate this. I don't know why I do it. You know, why do I do this? Please, will somebody tell me?
Because you love
all I
torturing
do is just
yourself.
end up in a right mess. I've just thrown my camera across the room. Think I've broken that. Never mind.
He
It's only
has.
like £1,000 for the Sony camera. Who gives a damn? You know, just chuck my iPad over there as well. Think I've broken that too. Going to chuck my laptop in a minute and break that. Ah,
Well, you won't be able to chuck me because I'm too heavy.
it's better than
thankfully.
Olympic openings, is it, Jem? I'm glad it is because honestly, mate.
How was it? We didn't get to see it because it's been Captain Chaos here. Was the ceremony good? Because I missed the whole damn thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh God. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, dear. Was it good, guys? All right, let's have a look. What comments have we got up here? Oh, thank you. I look lovely. Do you like the fringe? Because this is a new one for me, the fringe. I think it was like because you guys, well, you probably know that I'm kind of 50 now. I know, right? 50. It's terrifying. And I thought I had a bit of a kind of crisis and I thought I don't want to look 50. So what can I do? I know I'm going to hide my horrible forehead and get a fringe. So yeah, the mop's been kind of chopped. Look, it's a bit shorter. Got a bit of a fringe. Nige is hiding himself under the cat rug.
I'll
So
just stand out of the way.
This is going really well, isn't it? You know.
Well, you're much better looking than me, so I just thought I'd stay under the blanket.
Hey, Jam. Hello. This is cool. This is cool. Look, this is what we do. Okay. Nige spends hours. Nothing ever works. Nige has a meltdown. We eventually get it all working. It's what we do. This is traditional out there stuff, isn't it? This is what we do every single time. Nigel's going to get himself together in a minute. Have another glass of wine. Have another sip. Calm yourself down. And then we will be able to just...
I had this careful plan. I'd worked everything out. I'd got it all set up on Riverside FM, which is a thing that we use to stream live. I had loads of video bits that I loaded up, sounds that I loaded up, things that I was going to play. I did this fantastic intro. It took me 4 hours this afternoon to do it.
Yep.
Couldn't get any of it to work.
No. And I dare not blame a Mac because he will kill me.
It's not the Mac. It's not the fucking computer. It's me. It's me. It's not the computer. It's me.
It's not you. It's tech. It's Max.
No, it is not. Oh, do you know what? Just turn it off, Jules.
Oh dear. Come on. Have your wine. Calm down. Okay. Yeah, Nigel's got a halo. Yes, he's not happy. He's not a happy bunny tonight. And look at this, guys. See this? This is a burn. I burnt myself on the iron today. I knew it was going to be one of those days. One of those days. Did one of your sons do the fringe? You cheeky monkey. No, I went to a hairdresser and had my fringe done. Why, does it look that terrible? Right, yes, we can finally do lives. Hi, hope to see you in Norfolk September. Oh, thank you, Leslie, my love. Well, hopefully we'll see you too in September. Where are we meant to be in September, Nige?
Shipton.
Of course.
It's the very lovely lady who was there.
Yes. I remember now. So yes, my love, it'll be lovely to see you. We haven't been to Shipton for ages and ages and ages. So it'll be lovely to come back again and see you again. Right, I'll pop out and see if I can get more peeps in. Thank you, Jem. That's really sweet. I had a 3rd-degree burn on my chest Easter. Ow, chicken fat. That's horrible. That's really nasty. I'll tell you what I remember doing. I remember ironing, right, in a bikini when it was really hot one year. And I got an ironing burn right across my tummy. And it was horrible. And I will never, ever, 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 ever iron in my bikini ever again. And that is a massive no. Yeah, it was a howl. It was really flipping painful. Right, where's my wine? Nigel's just going to join us in a minute. He's just...
No, he's going home.
he's fiddling with his bag.
It's not joining you.
Come on, Nigel.
I'm going home, mate. Are you going to stop having a pop at me?
Come on, sweetheart. Come and join us. Come on, we're all sitting here waiting for you. Here he comes. Here he is. The man of the evening.
Dickhead of the evening.
You're not a dickhead.
I'm a dickhead.
He's not a dickhead.
I'm a dickhead.
He just gets in a flap, but he's not a dickhead.
Because I'm like, oh, do you know what? I'm just rubbish.
You're not rubbish.
Completely shit at this.
You're not shit at this.
Really am.
No, you're really not.
I am. Anyway, let's worry about this anymore. Let's talk about paranormal things. Because theoretically, this was going to be a live edition of our podcast, but as it's gone completely out the window now, it's not really. It's just going to be us chatting for a little while, and then I don't know. I don't know why.
Come on, Nige. Even the professionals. Well, exactly. Even the professionals don't get it right. This is it. Wouldn't be us if we got it right every single time, would it?
Yeah, I get it wrong every single time, and it gets worse every time. If I'm not going up to an event where we're going to do a talk and forgetting a remote control for projector so we can't use our projector, or putting microphones on stands and putting them all around so people can't hear us, or going live and testing everything this afternoon, get it to work, and then sitting here and cleaning it all up and it doesn't work. So I'm always in the wrong business, aren't I? I shouldn't be doing this. I should just stick with like painting toy soldiers and forget about this because I'm shit at it.
Anyway, back to the paranormal. So what were we going to discuss, Nige?
I was just going to discuss how it's all changed, how we're going to sort of see change in the way that people are approaching the paranormal now. And I was going to discuss stuff like how there's all these sort of new debunking people on YouTube now, where they all just sort of dive on and look at other people's stuff and just take it to pieces.
We had somebody try and debunk us, didn't we?
We did.
Do you want to tell that story?
Oh, well, no, I won't. I will do, but someone actually, one of these debunking people had a look at our stuff and actually said, actually, I'm not going to debunk it because they've actually done quite a good job. And, you know, it's not fake or anything like that. So it's quite nice to know that somebody looked at what we were doing and said, you know, that it was, yeah.
And that is a notorious YouTuber that tears paranormal groups apart.
Apparently so, yes.
So we were quite fortunate.
Quite nice, yes. You know. And we've done, so one thing we've never done, we've never faked any of the stuff that we do. We're always pretty genuine. If we do go out and do an investigation, we do tend to sort of share it and then say there's an alternative. It could be this, it could be that, and then leave it up to people to decide and say, well, look, we'll give you both the options. It could be this, it could be that. When it is pretty obvious that it is, you know, easily explainable, then we'll just explain it. So, yeah.
And we always try and debunk anyway, don't we?
We do, yeah.
When we're doing lives and things.
Exactly. You know,
like when we did defam.
We'll always say, you know, it could be this. Whenever any of our kit goes off, we say it could be this, it could be that. You know, did you see anything around it when it went off. So yeah, I'm not going to say who it was, Tough Years, but yeah, down the right route. But people pick on you all the time and sort of say, "Oh, have a look at this one." I've
Oh,
had a couple of people
yeah.
drag our videos out and drop them onto these debunking ones. Say, "Have a look at this," and I'm like, "Well, that's fair enough. You know, I don't mind. We're open to the criticism, but when you look at some of the groups and some of the stuff that they do, you can tell it's obviously fake and yeah, worrying."
I think it's getting easier now, though. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's getting easier now to spot the fakers, especially with tech and things online now. It's pretty easy to spot the fakers.
Evening. I really should start looking at the comments because I've had a little flap and waved my arms about and got upset.
No, you haven't. Have it's all lies. That never happened.
Indeed. Indeed.
Oh.
Yeah, they are. Most of them are genuinely only after the fakers. That's the thing, Joe. And it's very good that they do because oh my god, some of the stuff you watch on here is frightening. So hi, Jem. Sorry I didn't say hi to you, and thank you for going off and sharing us. Hi, Jane. That's Really Haunted. If you don't know her, lovely lady. Thanks for joining us. And that's another thing we can touch on as well, because you do a lot of stuff with regards to access for people with disabilities towards paranormal events.
Oh,
And it's
that's
absolutely yeah, it's
wonderful. I
fantastic.
didn't know about this.
Yeah, and it's really, really cool that someone is doing that and looking at that. So
Brilliant.
something that should be promoted as well and highlighted too. So nice to see we've got some lovely people here with us. So where was I? Yes. Fakers, yeah, no time for them. I know. But unfortunately, they're the ones that get the big views. They're the ones that get lots of people following them
Well, you know why that is, don't you?
because
Because you cannot have a paranormal event happening every single week. It doesn't happen.
it doesn't happen. No,
I mean, you
God.
guys know when you do an investigation, if you get a bang or a knock on request, it's really, really rare. And a lot of the time, when you do investigations and you go to locations, a lot of the time, not much happens and you end up cold and going down the pub afterwards.
Yeah.
But, that doesn't make good TV. That doesn't make good YouTube. And that's the thing. And that's another reason why, we don't have a massive amount. Well, we got some stuff, we got a fair amount of stuff on YouTube, but we only try and post things where things happen. And we've got loads and loads of footage of where we've been out and nothing happens. But it's not worth sharing, is it? Because people want to see the interactions, they want to see the bangs, the knocks, they want to see things flying around the room, or the decrease in temperature on the gadgets and the machines and things responding. So that's another key thing with fakers, in that they have a paranormal something happening every single time they do an investigation, because we know it doesn't quite happen that way. Comments.
Have you been following the Conjuring House bullshit? A little bit, yes. I don't tend to get involved in these sort of arguments and that, because it is, yeah. I mean, I can't even remember the people's names. I'm sort of that far out of it. Isn't it one of the ghost hunting guys that was on Taps? It's his daughter. Am I right in thinking, with
I
her
think it is,
partner?
isn't it?
And they've been doing some sort of stuff there. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
honestly know. I know I should be sort of keeping up with it, but no, I don't tend to. I tend to stay out of it because,
What are your thoughts on it, guys?
yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about all of this? I mean, are you for the people calling out the fakers? Would you like to see more of that? And the other thing we're going to talk about, yeah, Jason Howe's daughter. Yeah, that's what I thought, Joe. I wasn't entirely certain which one it was, but yeah, not good. Whatever they're doing, it seems to have sort of stirred up an awful lot with people. So anyway, I'm sorry, this isn't just not normally like us. I'm just sort of.
It is normally like us.
No, I'm normally better than this, aren't I? I don't lose my rags so bloody quickly and get upset. So yeah, calm down a little bit now.
Good.
But what do you think of the new approach that other people are taking with regards to the paranormal? Because it's now become very, but all of us, I imagine all of us here now are probably, wouldn't say devotees, or have watched or listened to Mr. Danny Robinson, his Uncanny series, where he's sort of sharing people's stories and that sort of thing. And it seems to be more of a thing that people are interested in. They want to hear the stories rather than sort of look at investigations. You've also been 2 series on BBC Three by a young Welsh presenter, where she did one was a haunting, the other one's been a UFO sightings in the, what was it, the Broadhaven Triangle?
Mm.
Can't remember the top of my head. And then there's Saran Jones has been doing a series about witchcraft, and it's nice to see that sort of approach. Where they're actually taking things and looking more at it in that sort of angle rather than just going out and investigating. And well,
it's also nice to combine sort of psychics and science as well. I mean, that's the thing I really like. I mean, I've spoken to Kieran O'Keefe on sort of Teams and things like that about all this kind of stuff, and it's lovely that people like Kieran and scientists as well are showing a real interest in people like us, psychic people, and trying to connect, because it's lovely to see the psychics and science coming together as well, and us not being dissed so much, people actually listening, um, and trying to understand how we do what we do, why we do what we do, and just not, calling us out as scam artists or anything like that, which is really good. I mean, I personally, I have no idea how I do what I do, and I would absolutely love somebody to explain it to me. I really would. I don't know where I get images from, and feelings and sensations and all the rest of it. And there's got to be a form of science behind it. Are you having a hot flush, lovely?
I'm having a hot flush, yeah.
I thought it was meant to be me having the hot flushes. I'm at the right age group.
So am I. I'm positively ancient. I'm over the hill and rapidly sliding down the other side. So if I go into that.
Wheelie haunted. I think regardless, however much people... Can you turn that off, Fluffy, please? I think regardless, however much people fake, it will always happen. And most of the paranormal is entertainment for the thrill seekers. Yep. Once you can stand and see that, it changes your perspective. And that is, 100%. I guess when they put these things on TV, it is purely for entertainment value, isn't it? I mean, that's how they're marketed at the end of the day. Oh, Nigel's just typing a comment. Oh, you can type on here, lovey.
I know, but it's just like going to get in the way then, aren't I? You know how quick I am at typing. Yes, see me go. Which is why whenever I sort of speak to people, I send videos, because it takes me ages to type anything. And as you might gather, I'm a gobshite and I've got lots of things to say. You're right, actually, Joe. They do. Normal people, for want of a better word, you do sort of mention what you're doing and how the things that you do be paranormal and stuff like that, and then that's weird, really, really weird. But you know what the funny thing is, that every time you get that, you can guarantee further down the line they're going to tell you a story, a ghost story about one that they've got themselves, or somebody that they know who's seen something. Everybody's got a story to tell. They will sort of poo-poo it, but you will get people that do actually sort of genuinely say, yeah, they've got a story to tell. Ooh.
There we go. I've just made the screen bigger.
That's better.
I can see the comments a bit more now.
That's easier, isn't it?
I haven't got my specs.
You haven't got your specs on. Oh, you bought
It's
mine, but
bad, isn't it? I don't know where my specs are, actually. All the chaos. They probably ended up across the room with Nigel's camera and God knows what else. Right.
I don't know where they are.
No, me neither. Right. Norms look at us paranormal people with scorn until they have an experience. Then they hide behind us. Yes, 100%.
That's true.
Just wanted to pop in and say, hi. Oh, off to bed for early night whilst hubby on nights. Bed. Oh, no night, my lovely.
Good night. Get a good night's sleep.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. And sorry it's been shambolic, but this is what we're normally like.
Jem, I still help run public paranormal nights, and I think the perspective of the general public is beginning to change. Yep. Hoping yet coming with a more realistic approach.
That's good.
Yes.
That's what you want, because you do.
Absolutely.
You do get them turning up and they expect you to provide them with a ghost. What's going to happen? And not only that, this is going to sound really horrible. And I know, Jem, that you don't do this sort of thing, but you do get events companies that fake stuff as well to entertain people, which is another bad thing to do,
I think in every way you get good and bad, don't you?
You're going to, yeah. It doesn't matter what it is. You're always going to get it, Yeah, so it is unfortunate. But things are changing. You've seen that happen, Jem. Yeah. That's the thing, it does.
And it's a shame because all us genuine guys, when we try and do something legitimate, people are then looking at us thinking, oh, you're as bad as they are.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
We went to an investigation at Castle Rising Castle, and there was a gentleman. I shouldn't speak ill of the dead because unfortunately he's passed away now. But
Yeah.
he did a table tipping exercise, and it was obvious that he was manipulating the table. And I'm like, I don't believe in this anyway. I know people do it, but it's not something I really genuinely believe in. It's more idiomotor effect than anything else.
I
It's my
agree.
skeptic hat on.
Well, no, I agree with I'm the psychic, and I agree with you.
But yeah, it's people do
Ooh.
it on these investigations. I just saw Joe's put something up there about some ghosty
Interesting.
stuff. It wasn't quick.
We're going to read that in a
He's
minute.
told us a story. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, when we go out investigating, we try and keep to a certain set routine of things that we do. So we then actually the evidence that we gather is going to be sort of pretty similar. We know what we're looking for. We know what we actually want to get. So we then try and I don't know, tailor our investigations to suit that, don't we? So a lot of it is led by what Jules picks up. I will know some of the history of the sites because I'll research before we go. I often, actually all the time now, don't tell you where we're going. So it's a surprise when we get there. That way Jules is not clouded by what's been said. We run simple stuff. There's nothing complicated about it. We don't have an awful lot of kit now.
We've been told off for that though by people, haven't we? Certain people have said you're not using the most up-to-date kit.
Yeah, why have you got that? You don't need it.
You don't need
why do you need all of this stuff? It's simple. So anyway, Joe has been typing something on here, so we're going to read this out.
This is interesting.
Okay, so Joe, I work in a school. I lock up at night. The business manager was there one night after I'd left the evening. There was banging coming from the school hall. She locked herself in the office. Lock myself in here. Called the police and they came, dog and all, found nothing. She left pretty smartly after that and hasn't stayed late since.
Gosh. Nige, do you want to move in a bit because the reflection on the that's it, picture. No, that's it. Can you block it? Move. No. Oh God! Do you want me to move? Mind my picture, Nige.
It won't come off the wall.
Can you leave it on the wall, lovey?
I put a cloth over it.
Just all you have to do, just does it. Lovely, perfect. Okay.
This is impossible, isn't it? We are very sorry for the lights dazzling in the background.
So, office, back to this. So, called the cops. They came, dog and all, found nothing. She left site pretty smartly after that and hasn't stayed late since.
It was seagulls in the end. Joe, it was seagulls. Seagulls in the building or on the roof. Were they sort of nesting up on the roof and you could hear them scuttling about? And I could move. Do you know, it's weird, isn't it? I'm going.
It's the light shining on the picture frame.
I know. But I'm going to stay like this now, haven't I?
Yeah, just stay there.
It's difficult.
Why is it difficult, lovey? It's cozy.
Because I move around a lot. And I'm hot and a bit sweaty.
Would you like me to put the fan on?
No, I'm okay.
Would you like me to get my little fan from my handbag? My little old lady fan.
Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, is there anything you want to ask us? Really, this is just sort of an experiment more than anything else to see.
Just don't ask us about tech, okay? Nobody ask about YouTube.
Hi from Portugal.
Hi!
Goodness me. We're international.
What do we say? Hola?
Hola.
Hola.
Como está? That's Spanish, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Forgive me. Hello from Mulbarton, Norwich.
Hello.
Hello.
I believe I have the weirdest story of my time. Pub in Western Kent. Footsteps and hang about.
David, it's
David,
gone.
will you stop taking all messages off? We can't
Bring it back.
Come on, put it back on there.
Oh, do you know, I was just getting into that and then it got deleted. Oh, hello. I have a couple of spirit encounters. Share them.
Tell all.
We would love to hear.
We're telling stories tonight.
Okay. Hello from Portishead, North Somerset.
Blimey.
I love Somerset. I love it down there. What's it like in Somerset? Is the weather nice?
Portishead is Bristol, isn't it?
North Somerset. North called Somerset.
Okay. I always thought Portishead was part of Bristol because a band come from there called Portishead. I might be wrong. Just outside
Oh,
Bristol.
thank you, Philip. That's most kind of you. Or was it Nigel you were saying, like your hair? Because Nigel's is a bit
No,
fluffy.
it's not mine, mate.
Nigel got a bit stressed, so it's gone all fluffy. Just outside Bristol. There you go.
Yeah, see?
Hello, Fro. Hello, Fro. Hello,
Hello,
Fro.
I was going to say
From.
from. It's bad to type from.
Come on, David. Where are you?
You can do it, mate. I
Hello,
can type.
from. We're waiting. Bated breath here, David. Bated breath. Sorry, laptop. Wow. We've got 2 Macs.
Is it
here.
a Mac?
Don't get Nigel started. Don't get Nigel started. As soon as I start saying there's a problem with the Mac, that's it. Right. Hello from just outside Penzance.
Penzance. I've been to Penzance.
I never have. Is it
Haven't you?
nice?
It's lovely. Cornwall's lovely.
Oh, I'd love to go to Cornwall. I've been invited to go to Cornwall, but I haven't been yet.
I've got Action Man hair, but my eagle eyes aren't so much. No, my eagle eyes aren't so much these days either.
Oh, you should get contact lenses.
I can't.
Why?
I can't touch my eyes.
Oh, okay. So, oh, look. One involved, this is from Miss Rose, okay? One involved the Dover Castle underground World War II bunkers.
Wow.
I saw an army man. Oh, was he fit? It was that's a shame. It was a residual spirit. He walked right in front of me from one wall through to the other side. I think the limestone acts as an
conductor. You're talking stone tape theory there.
You are indeed.
There's that pot. See, this is one of those ones that people sort of poo-poo and say, no, there's no such thing as a TV program.
I disagree. I think there is.
But I think there's something to it.
I agree.
Really do think there's something to it.
But it's also because, there's also a thing about a lot of natural buildings as well are made out of wood, wattle and daub. They all contain cells. Cells retain memory. Science there. So who's to say that a lot of this residual stuff is down to the retention of memory?
Yeah. Could well be.
One of my little theories out there.
She loves theories. Who else we got? So
here we go. David lives in Long Stratton now.
Hey, another Norfolk chappie then.
Okay. Correct, Miss Rose has said. Phil, plenty of spirits in Nigel's glass. Do you know what? The stress Nigel has been under tonight, most of it is gone. I'm still here. Look, I've still got a little, I've got a fair amount of you. Blimey, O'Reilly.
Yeah, I've downed it, mate.
I don't know if you saw earlier, Phil, but things are flying around the room and iPad cameras and iPads. Nigel was not having a good evening. But we're good.
We're here
now.
We're good.
So, okay. Right. So Jem agrees. And Ms. Rose's bit, it absolutely is. I'm a huge fan of Richard Felix. He has a stone tape theory also. Oh, Richard's been around a long time, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. He does a lot of stuff, actually. He's quite good.
Okay. I was working at the local secondary school, hoovering, saw a pair of legs and feet, said, oh, sorry, moved out of the way, looked up, and no one was there.
Oh, God. Legs.
Do you know what? Do you remember how we captured when we did DFM? It was DFM, wasn't it? We got live stream on Facebook. Legs.
People, things
walking,
moving. Yeah.
Propellers in the corner of the That, guys, if you
Freaky.
haven't seen DFM Green, it's on Amazon Prime. It's under Ghost Airfields. We captured some live footage and we could not believe it. We tried to recreate it. We went back, didn't we, another time?
Yeah, we honestly thought it was insects in front of the headlights.
Yeah, you tried to debunk it.
So I went out. I said, okay, we'll go and have a look. Because Jules says, it's got to be insects. I said, yeah, I'll go and have a look. And I had a look. There was nothing in front of the lights. So then I got thrown bits of grass in front of the lights to see if that would do it. I then waved my hand in front of the lights and it looked like the same size as the bloody shadows we'd seen earlier. So I thought if it was an insect, it must have been a damn big insect. So, and like Jules said, we went back a week later just to sort of do some clearing up there.
Well, we got the same weather because it was warm.
Yeah.
It was a warm summer's evening. We recreated the same thing, put the car in exactly the same place. Everything the same. Nothing.
Absolutely
No shadows.
nothing.
Nothing.
It's really strange. Really
Weirdest
strange.
thing. Weirdest thing. So, but if you guys want to make up your own mind, have a look at Ghost Airfields, because God, you know what? That was, oh my God, that was so emotional, wasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Oh, that was so emotional for
Really.
me.
It was a shame because I had some bits from all lined up ready to go on Riverside from other bits of airfield investigations that we've done that was going to show you tonight to see what we're working on. But unfortunately, because I couldn't get it to work because I'm stupid.
You're not stupid. You're not stupid.
Hi, Ian. How are you? Hope you're all right, mate.
Hello. Just popping in, Ian. It's our Ian. It's our out there paranormal Ian, who we haven't seen in ages. Okay.
So we're sort of peering like this because we're looking at the good comments.
It's because I haven't got my specs on.
Gettysburg is
Okay.
well known for spirits, obviously, because I mean it's a battlefield site with awful lot of death there, and they often see sort of pictures and things. I'm not sure, Miss Rose, the one you're talking about where they're driving along and they see things down walking by the side of the road. I've also seen pictures of what look like Confederate and Union soldiers sort of standing there. Really, really interesting stuff.
I know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do? So I don't keep staring and everybody having a close up of my schnoz every time I look at the comments, right?
Phone.
I'm going to get it on my phone. I'm going to be
That's
clever.
a good idea.
And then I can see the comments without doing a what no. Do you remember those? What no's? Like, when was it? Was it in the 90s, the late 80s?
Didn't they
The
used to
what
be called
no's?
Chad or something?
I thought they were what no's. I thought they were called what
Well,
no's.
they might be.
Were they? Were they what no's? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it up on my phone.
You're right, Miss Rose. It's an Einstein theory that says that energy is not destroyed; it just moves on to be something else. I
Indeed.
can't remember the exact
But he did
thing
not.
that you said.
A lot of people think Einstein was a believer in the paranormal. No, he was not.
No, he wasn't. No.
And people have manipulated that.
Yeah.
To say he believed in ghosts. No, he didn't.
No, he had sort of his theory of relativity in regards to sort of energy and that sort of stuff. That energy can't be destroyed; it just it moves on to another plane or goes to something else. Or something like that. This is rubbish, isn't it? Eh? I should know to phrase things a little bit better. Ah. Oh yeah, talk about the Gettysburg tape, Joe. Yeah, there's another one where it looks like a figure crossing the road, and that is water running down the window. So if you look at it very carefully, you can see it start further up and run down, but it really does look like someone walking across the road. I'll have to share that at some stage on Substack or one of the other things, or on Facebook or on Twitter. Share the video so you can see what I'm talking about. But it's quite a good one. It does look like a figure slouching across the road, but it is just a water drop. So yeah, that was at Deetham Green, Rose. That was the one we were talking about. It's sort of we've been doing a series called Ghost Airfields because here in East Anglia, where we are in Norfolk, there's an awful lot of old World War II air bases. Some of them have got some really interesting paranormal stories attached to them. But we want to go around and visit the sites, tell the stories of the airfields themselves and about the people that served out of them and do investigations there. We did one a few years back at Deetham Green, which is our first one that we did. But unfortunately, then lockdown turned up. And we've not really been able to get ourselves going to go out again. We do have one that I'm working on at the moment. We've done all the filming, the investigations. I've just got to finish editing it together. But we've got another couple of bases that we want to hit as well that have got good stories attached to them. So we will do that at some stage.
Comments aren't showing up, Libby.
Oh, that's no good, is it?
It's a pain, isn't it?
That's a pain. Yeah.
Well, you're just going to have to put up with us doing a what no, I'm afraid, guys. Right. What have I missed? Phil says, I have a ghost story. We'll post it later from Sleaford, Lincolnshire. Okay. What have we got? The trousers and shoes were that a male teacher would have worn in the 70s and 80s. Okay.
They still
we
wear
all
them
remember
now.
those, don't
Teachers
we?
aren't fashionable, mate.
Well, some are better than others.
Oh God, is there any teachers on here? Sorry.
Don't say that. Some are better than others.
I'm good at this.
Okay. And she said, sad to say, I believe it's something on the windscreen, not paranormal, as it moves with the car. Which bit was that? Was that on our video? What move? It didn't move with the car.
There's a fantastic video on an airbase in Norfolk where the airbase was still very much alive. Through shut, you could hear the people talking in aircraft propellers. Oh, nice one.
Oh, how interesting.
Let us know what that one is. I'd like to see that one.
We captured the sound of propellers. Where was that?
We didn't get that. Was at Bodney.
What about when we got the at the church where we captured that?
The bombs.
Oh, listen to this, guys. This is weird.
Okay,
This is weird.
I started filming a series called Tales from Haunted Norfolk because we've got loads of really great sort of folklore stories up this way. So we went to a place called St Mary's Church at East Somerton. It's got this story about a witch that's buried in the church and a tree grew out of a wooden leg, and I know, and it's all folklore. But we went and did an investigation there, and we stood there sort of doing our investigation. We could hear all this bloody noise. First, we could hear someone shouting, and couldn't hear what he was shouting, but he was shouting. Then you heard like gunfire, and I'm like, bloody hell's that? So we turned the recorder on, thinking, oh, something's going on. We'll record this. Before we know it, we start hearing like explosions, like bombs going off, really, really loud explosions, sort of in the field behind the church. And it's really, really odd. So we thought, why is bloody hell's that? Is it fireworks? We looked to see if we could see any fireworks, but we couldn't see any. So we recorded it, thought nothing of it, till I went back and investigated and found out that behind the church was what they called a starfish site. It was used in World War II as a dummy site to make German bombers bomb that location instead of the nearby town, because Yarmouth during the war was bombed heavy because it was an operational port. So what they did was they'd set fire to oil drums and start a fire going, and they'd fool the Nazis into bombing that. And it was all set out to look a bit like Yarmouth. Checking on the history, I know I do a lot of research. So there's a site that you could go to that tells you when Luftwaffe raids took place during World War II. The night that we were at East Somerton listening to bombs falling was the same night in 1941 that Yarmouth was bombed. And not only that, the starfish site was operational that night. So did we hear some weird time lapse?
It was weird, wasn't it?
Of the starfish site being bombed, because it was just mental.
Where is that?
Absolutely mental.
Where is that sound? Where did you put that sound?
It's on the Witch's Leg video.
On YouTube?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's also on our What's Out There podcast on the of Witch's Legs and Other Questions
brilliant
thing on there as
well.
So
have a listen.
Yeah.
Have a listen, see what you think. What we got? Total and Trauma played YouTube. I enjoyed your video where the shadows are walking. Thank you. Too Late Noja just linked it on the Facebook link to here. This Rose, yes, there's a fantastic video on Airbase in Norfolk. Yeah, very much live. When though it's shut, you could hear the people talking aircraft propellers. Yeah, that's so cool. Miss Rose, I wonder if I could tag you in it. I'll try. Yes, please.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Tuffy is that's the church where Nigel and Jules went down a dark line and got spooked by a branch.
I don't get spooked by branches.
Spooked by a branch? Well, that was a different one, though, wasn't it?
Typical.
Right. Okay. I love an airfield. I played the air raid siren RAF Davidstow in the office mess. A group of us then heard loud footsteps running away from us. We had no more activity all night. Gem. Blimey.
That's great.
That's really interesting.
But you sound the air raid sirens probably scared them all off.
Yeah,
They've
exactly.
all had in the shelters.
Well, yeah.
We're not coming out now.
Well, that's what it used to mean, wasn't it?
You should have sounded the all clear afterwards. Then it would have been all right. You didn't do that. That's why they didn't come out.
Miss Rose, yes, I watched the video. It's very interesting. I have 3 spiritual encounters. 1 where I saw someone, as I mentioned, and 2 where I heard furniture moving. It's hard to type on here as characters are limited. Oh, bless your heart. Well, you're doing a good job.
You're doing a grand job, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking better than me.
Do you know, there's so much history still with airfields and stuff like that.
There is.
We're trying to cover it before it all disappears, because all the farmers are reclaiming all the land, they're taking it all back, and all these beautiful buildings being pulled down, destroyed. They're all overgrown.
Yeah.
Full of asbestos as well.
Some of them are, yeah. You got to be really careful if you go digging about in them. Because
so we've got our mask and our hard hats.
Yes, we're all set and ready to go if we need to.
Right. Tough years. I said the right for the dead and dying at Shepton Mallet Prison, and something whispered thank you in my ear. Okay, Jem, what locations are on your bucket lists? We've got quite a few.
Yeah. Locally, I would say
you can say, but
Norwich Castle.
Yeah, but there are so many places we want to do.
But you can't
it's
get
the
into them.
cost, isn't it, guys?
If you have to hire them, it costs an absolute fortune.
I mean,
or
it's
you just don't get in.
ridiculous. Some of them are like what, £600 a night?
£1,000 for
It's
what's the
insane.
face? The oh bloody
What, the
place.
jail in Yarmouth?
No.
Which one?
Jail in Yarmouth was 400. I think it's
That's
700. I think it's 700 now. The Toll
That's
House.
ridiculous. It's a tiny little
Yeah,
box.
the workhouse place, Gresson Hall.
Gresson, yeah.
£1,000 for Gresson Hall.
That's insane.
Norwich
isn't it?
Castle, £1,000, but you're limited to where you can go. Blickling Hall, forget it.
Do you know what? I've even been on dates, right? This is how bad it is, right? I've even been on dates to try and get locations.
She has as well. Honestly. Some of the stories as well that go with them. Rocket.
Oh, don't be careful.
I've got to be careful, actually.
Nigel.
Be careful what I say here.
Nigel.
Forget that. But all people that work at stately homes.
Oh dear, oh dear.
People that have got old houses.
Yes,
people that work in castles.
I nearly went on dates to try and get us into investigations, but
Yeah.
I kind of chickened out at the last minute. Right, here we go. Awesome Tough Years. I love that place. What's there? Oh, hang on. Miss Rose, I heard children playing outside my bedroom door. They were running and laughing, 2 of them. I could feel them thumping away on our landing.
Brilliant.
Wowzers.
Kids are great. You do get a lot of sort of encounters with children.
Shipped them, now gone. Airfield.
Yeah,
it's sad, isn't it?
It's really sad. And
really sad.
Falcon Crane Hire have knocked down the control tower as well.
It's
sadly.
not fair, is it? Miss Rose, also going back to that same house, a bedroom which was empty in a shared house had been turned upside down, and I saw coat hangers floating around the room and then slamming on the floor. Wow.
Good God.
Lord.
Bloody hell, that's scary.
That is amazing as well. Was there, I have to ask this question, when you were in that house, were there any teenagers or sort of young teenage girls or anything like that? Because poltergeist activity can be linked to that. So it'd be interesting to know. Gem, money, no object. Where would you go? The costs are extortionate, though.
Yeah.
Money, no object.
Money, no object.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow,
God.
wow. Okay, mine would be the Tower of London.
She went there the other week.
The prince's room. You know, where the 2 princes were murdered, and they're supposed to have found their bodies in the staircase, haven't they? But there's no confirmation whether it was actually the 2 princes that were found, because Queen Elizabeth, God rest her, refused to have the remains tested. So King Charles apparently is reconsidering that. So there might be an answer on whether those 2 bodies found were the 2 young princes that were murdered in the tower. But where they were killed in that room. And what is interesting is I don't think you can get in there anymore.
I don't know.
Well, I was
years
there
since I went to the tower. So.
I have been in the room, but I don't think you can get back into that room anymore. You can get in the tower and walk near it, and you can see the staircase where the bodies were found, but they won't let you in the prince's room anymore.
How annoying.
Okay. What about you, Nigel? Anyway, you want to go money, no object? I've whittled on about my place.
Well, I don't know, actually. I like the look of a lot of these massive asylums they have in the States.
Oh, yeah.
They look really interesting. I'd like to do one of those.
And they're very preserved as well.
They are. Yeah, they always look really. I mean, Transalgony, is that one of them? That's a huge one. Transalgony Lunatic Asylum. I mean, anywhere like that, I'd quite fancy if I sort of get the ticket over there and go.
They probably think we were patients, you know, if we went over there.
Wouldn't let me out, would they, for sure?
They'd probably keep us in there. Right. Yeah. I went to Norwich Castle once, tough years. Took a photo in the museum of a red coat uniform. The flash was in the space. The head should have been. That was just pure luck. Nothing paranormal.
I might not have been, though.
Okay. Miss Rose. Okay, the house, remember we're talking about that? It's down Magdalen Road, Norwich. Just me and 2 other adults.
Magdalen Road?
Okay.
No, it's Magdalen Street is the one with the girl that goes to Sarah.
Yeah, is Magdalen Road near Magdalen Street?
Because there's a well-known local ghost story about a girl there that was
tough years has put Tower of London. Gem, yes, awesome location. Miss Rose, I'm just going to find the airbase video and then tell you the title for you all. One sec.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jem, I've not been yet. Leslie, have Falcon Cranes rebuilt the tower as promised? Don't think they have
Don't
yet.
think they have yet. They are
We're
going
waiting.
to, but yeah.
Okay, Jem, thanks, guys. Tough years. How about 30 East Drive?
You know, you see, that's one of those ones where you see, oh, this is going to be really bad, isn't it? Jem's just put a love East Drive, and I'm going to say something horrible about it.
Please don't, Nige.
I'm not going to now.
Let's not.
Yes, it's very interesting. Does seem to have a lot of activity, but I've also seen groups that have gone there and actually had no experience at all.
Jem, thought it was a money spinner.
But it wasn't, though.
Mm.
Interesting. It certainly has got a weird reputation, that's for sure. And some of the odd experiences people have there. Be honest, Nige. Be honest? No, I'm not honest. I'm going to lie. Trouble is, if I say stuff on here like I nearly spilt the beans earlier on, then I get us into trouble.
Yeah, we don't want to get into trouble. Don't get me into trouble.
I do think with a lot of these places where they hire it out, you know, ghosts for hire, there is sort of stories attached to places that don't actually have anything. I've heard good and bad about 30 East Drive. I've known
it's mixed, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple of groups that have gone and seen absolutely nothing at all. Other groups that have gone and seen absolutely loads. But then again, it all depends, I suppose, on the night and what you do and whether you generate it. If Spirit's going to do something, it might just want to do it. This is the thing, because we don't honestly know. We've been to places where absolutely nothing's happened. We've been to places where we've had absolutely loads of things happen.
Well, they're not performing seals, are they?
We've been to the same places twice and had different experiences on both occasions. So it was all very much luck of the draw, what's about and what's going on that night.
That's true. Miss Rose, the haunting Real Ghost Voice on Weird World's YouTube channel from 3 years ago.
Okay.
Jem, first night was great. Second night, nothing at all. Yeah.
Strange, isn't it?
Well, it is and it isn't. It is and it isn't. It depends. It depends. You know, because on my opinion, a lot of this activity, you know, you get spirits that are in visitation. They come and they go. So it just depends. And, you know, like we all know, they're not performing seals. If they want to come and communicate, they will. If they don't want to, they won't. It's as simple as that. Okay. First night was great. Second night, nothing at all. From which country are you? Rajesh. Hello, Rajesh. We're UK. We're England.
United Kingdom.
Nice to have you on board. Welcome. Miss Rose, what did you say about Magdalen Road? Sorry.
It's actually Magdalen Street I was talking about. There's, I think it's number 29, Magdalen Street. It was a shop that's got a story attached to it about a girl. I think her name's Sarah. A girl that was killed in the building or murdered in the building, apparently, and she haunted the place. And they had like lots of things going off.
They had poltergeist activity.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was I think it was a charity shop, and they had all sorts of things going on. But it's now a private house, and things that seem to not happen. But
well, the owner won't talk about it, I don't think.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't let anybody in. No, won't anybody near it.
Doesn't want to talk about it. Right. Okay. Tough years. In my opinion, haunted places are like batteries. You can only draw so much before you need to recharge it. Completely agree, my love. So if you get hordes of people visiting the site, it will never have time to recharge. Yeah. And I think also, with hordes of people, maybe it just puts them off. I mean, if you're a spirit, would you want people traipsing in and out all the time? You know, it's like being sat in a zoo, isn't it? Miss Rose, are you on TikTok? If so, I will tag you in my video about another spiritual interaction I had. Miss Rose, Magdalen Street is the next road down.
Yeah.
There we go.
We're not on TikTok. No, we're not really TikToky people.
We're too old for TikTok.
Yeah, so we're everywhere else, but we're just not on there. It's not something I've ever sort of done yet.
We're on everything else.
But I haven't thought about it. It's hard to sort of do because I think, what can I do on TikTok?
Well, the thing is with TikTok is you have to constantly put stuff up there all the time. And we both, I work, Naja's retired, but we don't physically have the time to maintain it with everything else. It's just too much work. You're both profession. Thank you, my love. That's very kind of you to say. Miss Rose, I'll share it to you on Facebook later on. Yes. Or
Brilliant.
Instagram or Twitter, wherever you want to share it to. Tough years. In my experience, spirits like smaller groups, and I completely agree. And I think with smaller groups as well, we pick things up because when you've got a lot of noise and a lot of people,
Yeah.
you miss stuff because there's too much going on.
And you can't police it. You can't stop
No.
what other people are doing, and you can't account for what other people are doing as well. Which I'm going to go back to pay for scare stuff again.
You don't like that, do you?
No, I don't. I think it's impossible for you to capture evidence when
It's
you're
good.
working with a group of 30
Yeah,
people.
but it's good, I think, for
Sorry,
people that
that's just
aren't.
me.
Well, hold on, because people that aren't into the paranormal and don't understand it, it's a good introduction for them, I think.
Yeah.
So it serves a purpose, but for people that really want to explore it in a professional way, no.
No.
Hi, Michelle. Okay, Rajesh, you both are handsome and beautiful. God bless, live long. Thank you.
We love you too. People normally say that about Jules, but they never say it about me. So
Nigel, you're beautiful.
You're gorgeous.
You are beautiful. Tough years. I get better results at some locations in the day.
Yep.
Well, isn't the saying the most likely time you're meant to see a ghost is around what, 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah. The only reason we investigate at night is not because it's like, hey, it's more spooky. It's because, hey, it's because it's quiet. Plus, it's not often that's the only time we can get together to do things. So
I've seen spirit in the day. Remember at the church? Which one was it? I get ever so muddled. I'm terrible. Tivitshall. I saw a little boy running towards me, broad daylight.
And we saw
I was not prepared for that.
Saw the girl as well, didn't we? The woman at the end.
Yes.
Sort of looking around the side of the building, who was following us about.
Yes.
And then we followed that trail of white feathers all the way around, didn't we?
That was bizarre.
That was a creepy place.
I mentioned a grave with names and people, and we followed a trail of white feathers all the way around, freshly laid. White feathers, I've always thought, bit of a cliche. Followed it all the way round, and it led us to the very grave.
The French person.
Yes.
You got French, haven't
you? Legrice.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah. Bizarre.
Weird.
Okay, let's have a look. I get better results today. That's amazing, says Miss Rose. Jem, ooh, Miss Rose. Children often see spirits, don't they? Yes, they do. And I think a lot of people say it's because children aren't tainted or influenced. They're open.
Yeah.
They're not taught what to see and what not to see. And I think because children are very innocent and they're open. I saw my first spirit at the age of 5 or 6. And the weird thing was when I saw it, I was not afraid. I was not scared. And I think part of that was because nobody had instilled it within me to be scared. So I saw this lady in a room in our house. I was brought up in a very old farmhouse in East Anglia, and I just saw a lady crying and I didn't really understand. And I stood there, and the interesting part was she looked up, stopped crying, looked at me, and she very slowly faded away. I think I wrote about it, didn't I, on our website?
You did, yeah. It's on Substack as well.
Yeah.
Put it on Substack as an article sort of explaining, because I then went and researched the place, didn't I, and found out that
you did.
A woman had lived there. And
I don't know how you find this stuff out.
Because I'm good at research, that's why.
You are.
Yeah, I found out the woman had a lot of her children had died at very young ages in that house. So certainly you have an experience of her grieving over the
But do you know what? My dad got that house at quite a cheap price, reasonable price, because the people were selling because they were scared. The people lived in that big farmhouse prior to us moving in they didn't have children. They were sort of a couple without kids. And when we moved in, it was almost like all the poltergeist activity, everything that was reported stopped. And whatever was in that house, she was protective of children. I remember I slipped. We had a big pantry in the kitchen, and I climbed up on these wobbly stools and slipped, and I should have cracked my head open on the concrete, but time slowed down, and it was like something caught me and put me on the ground. It was the weirdest experience I'd ever had, and I'm convinced it was her protecting me. Absolutely convinced. I don't know. The house is now a bed and breakfast. Run by a couple of teachers, I believe, who bought the house from my dad years ago. And I think they're still in there. And I don't know whether they've had phenomena or anything happen in there since, but it was a beautiful house, and it was nice energy.
I'll go
very
knock on the
protective.
door and ask them.
Well, you could do. You live in the
I
same
live in the same
village.
village.
You could do.
Hello.
You could go and stay there. It's a
I could
B&B.
to B&B, yeah.
Stay there for the evening and see.
I was about to say something. I stopped myself just the nick of time.
No, I don't think
know
so.
exactly
I don't
what I
think
was
your
gonna
wife
say.
would think much of that, Nigel. Honestly. What is he like? Right. David. Oh, spam. Tuffy spam. Ooh, Tuffy, very good. Oh, hang on. I'm lost now.
Yeah, it's this Indian chap is spamming us. So
Why are you doing that, Rajesh?
because you can,
Stop being silly.
I don't know how to get rid of them. Do we just do that and
Can we stop him? Remove.
remove?
Sorry, love.
Bye.
But if you're being naughty, it's silly. Okay, right. Diane, here we go. Diane, hello, my love. Myself and Jem have had some great stuff at Shepton Mallet. Jem, hi, Diane. Miss Rose, ooh, Tuffy, very cool. David Mold, hi, sorry, just managed to sort my issues with my tablet. I believe, guys, as I was working once a long time ago in a pub in Westerham, Kent.
Yeah.
Sorry, my love. And lived in and had so many unexplained things happen.
Pubs are great for
Ooh.
sort of stories because, especially if they're older ones as well, they do have a sort of a very good history to them. So,
Okay. There we go. Hopefully he won't be a nuisance anymore.
yeah, we've
This is what happens when you're naughty. We hide your messages, folks.
off you go.
Not having it. Bye. Naughty boy.
I can't sing a Hindi song anyway.
Nothing wrong with a Hindi song, but when you're being naughty and spamming, it's not
Yeah.
reasonable. Okay. Right, come on then. Let's hear it. Come on, Dave. You got everything moving. Let's go. Hope your tablet's working now. No messing here.
Not with Jules, mate.
Nah.
I'm in
nah,
for
you don't-
severe
you don't
beating when we
mess-
finish this, I tell you, because I threw my teddies out of the pram earlier.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Nige. And it was all live.
It's embarrassing.
It was a bit, wasn't it? Left me here, stranded, holding the show,
She was very good because people were asking about her hair, so it was okay.
laughing about my fringe. Right. No, we're thinking. Okay, here we go. David, sorry. It was an old stage house and had footsteps on the ceiling, clocks turned off.
Windows opened.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, thank you, Miss Rose. I'm really enjoying this live.
We can be slightly better than this sometimes.
We can't. It's always chaos.
It is always chaos.
Anybody that follows us and knows it's always complete chaos.
We have a plan. We come in with a master plan about what we're going to talk about, and then that goes out the window because Nigel messed something up and it doesn't work properly. And then it'll be like, "What do we do now?" We're just, you know.
And I usually say it's the Mac's fault, and then Nige shouts at me as well.
It is the Mac's fault 9 times out of 10.
Right.
It's not.
Okay. So, Miss Rose, no, it's lovely to hear other people's stories, and no, you're not crazy. Well, do you know if we're crazy, we're all crazy together, aren't we? Eh? Let's all be crazy together.
Yeah, hit the thumb. I mean, we this is really just an experiment because we haven't done one of these for ages. Not
Please
since
hit the thumbs
lockdown.
up. Thank
So
you,
yeah,
Diane.
hit the thumbs up. You know,
Please do more. Do you know what? Happy to do more.
we will do more.
We used to do a lot of these on Facebook, didn't we?
Next time I'll learn how it works because I had loads of things. I guess remember, for those of you who don't know, I think you all know, we have a podcast.
We do.
We do a very, I'm going to say very good podcast. Is it a very good?
I don't think it's too bad.
Is our podcast good? Do you like our podcast? Those of you who listen, we put a new episode on tonight about cursed objects. But I wanted to talk about, because I've got the noise that we heard when we went down to the woods and we heard that, oh my God, we have no idea what it was.
You're sure of a big surprise.
Yeah, I want to play that noise tonight and chat about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So,
We weren't going to be on it for an hour,
Dave,
Jules.
I even had a fellow worker stay in my room and we set everything up and he stayed the night and it all happened. Jem, this is like a drunk chat down the pub, except we're not drunk yet.
Jules might be. I've had my glass.
I'm not yet.
I'm on the squash.
Okay, David, he experienced everything I saw and felt.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's what you want.
Wait. David's still typing and what he felt. Okay, while David's still typing, tough years. My sister and myself think we have some sort of mimic here. She can hear me calling while I'm at work. And sometimes I can hear her calling when she has. I think that noise in the woods was from the nearby airbase.
But there's not a nearby airbase.
Okay.
That's the thing. The nearest airbase to there would be Mildenhall,
Yeah, that's true.
which is a long way away.
A long way away. No,
Yeah.
there isn't anything nearby.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
and we don't, we, well,
We have no idea
I
what
have
it
my
was.
theories. I have my theories, but I think it was some kind of animal.
All I know is
That's what I
that
think.
Jules might only be 5'2", but she can run really bloody fast.
I'm not 5'2". I'm 5'3" and a little bit.
Oh, sorry. That's with their shoes on.
Oh,
And those little legs can really move quite quickly because she left me behind. And I'm like, you know what it's like when you've seen this horror movies? They're going to leave the fat one behind, aren't they? To get killed by the monster.
no.
Which is going to happen to me. Come on, Nige.
I just,
I
do you
can't
know
give
what?
up.
When I get motivated, and all I could think of was getting to the car, and I just, are you all right, lovey?
Yeah,
I was going to get squash, and all I could think of was, right, we need to get our butts to the car, and that was it, because we were in pitch black. It was raining.
Mm-hmm.
It was a miserable time, and it was bloody scary, and we could hear these noises, and we had no idea whatever this thing was.
Well, there's things
It was
moving down the
frightening.
path, wasn't it? And plus, we saw that
Oh
weird
my
bloody light by
God.
that bush, didn't we?
Oh God,
Because
yeah.
you said to me, "Can you see that down there?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"What?"
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like,
'Cause I was
"Oh
tuning in.
shit!" Yeah.
She was attacked.
That
That
was
woman that I
horrible.
tuned into, she was attacked, and she was in a white nightie, and she had blood. I'm not going to say where, but it wasn't very nice. All around that area, wasn't good. Okay,
Man, I can't see these things.
okay, right. Back to David. What's he said? Hang on. Back to the what he experienced. Everything I saw and felt. David, when we looked into it, the pub had been changed with building works, and my floor was the second floor, and they'd added the roof space to make more room. And when we went into the roof space, there was only about 2 feet before we hit the rafters. So we assumed whatever it was walking along the original lower ceiling.
Now, the really good
Interesting.
examples of those as well,
Really
where people
interesting.
see it's a classic figure walking through a wall when there's just a wall. You go back and look at sort of plans of the building beforehand, and there was a door there. There's a classic one in Great Yarmouth where they used to see this figure going upstairs on the side of a wall, and there's no stairs there. But when they looked at the plan of the building, there were stairs there.
Read that comment.
It was Bigfoot. It was the beast of the 1875.
I said I thought it was something like that because you I got laughed at.
She went everywhere. She actually went through every form of wildlife you could find in an English
spent
forest.
hours
Juliet
on
listened
YouTube
to it.
listening
It's
to
not a
every
badger.
because I'll tell you
It's
what.
not a hedgehog.
No,
It's
but
not a fox.
do you know what? Male deer during mating season. My God, thank God I'm not a female deer. That's all I've got to say on that, because some of the noises those male deer make, they're freaky. Man, they're freaky. But it wasn't anything. And I've lived in the country all my life, and it was not anything I'd ever heard. It was a very, very strange noise. But guys, have a listen and let us know what you think it was, because we sent it, didn't we, to Richard Freeman, cryptozoologist.
Yeah. And he didn't know what it was. So I'm not sure it's an animal,
No.
but he said it's not anything that I've heard.
No, it was odd. It was odd.
Do we live in Norwich? We live in Norfolk, but we don't live in Norwich. I live
I
in
don't
Martham.
live too far from Norwich. I live about 20 minutes drive from Norwich.
Yeah.
Not too far away.
But I'm up near the
Great
coast. I'm at
Yarmouth.
Martham, near Yarmouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But we're locals.
we're locals, blast me boy. Maybe from Norfolk.
Deer can make some weird noises. Yeah, Diane, absolutely right. I listened to all of them and it wasn't that. Miss Rose, Norwich Cathedral is apparently pretty haunted. Yes, it is haunted.
There are lots of things in the grounds there.
Well, Jules from Spirit Norwich worked at Norwich Cathedral for a bit.
Yeah.
Didn't she?
She did.
And she told me about the hauntings at the cathedral and certain places to go.
We actually, it's our podcast again, we tell a story called Tales from a Fine City, where we talk about some of the
Hey, our
cathedral ghosts.
Jules is the Norfolk board. Boom, boom.
Norfolk Broad. Norfolk Broad.
Board.
Norfolk Board.
B-O-A-R-D.
I thought it meant broad.
No. Norfolk Broad?
Yeah, it's
No.
an American term for a nice lady.
Broad, spell checker. Miss Rose, are you not a couple? No, we're not a couple. No, right. I want to make this really clear. Right, single, ready to mingle. Okay, not a couple. Nigel has a lovely wife called Maria, and he's been married for many, many years. So no, ladies and gents, we are not a couple. We act like it because we've been best mates
We've been mates for
for
so
a very,
long.
very long time. So we do act like it, but no, we're not.
Oh God, you would think she was my wife the way she nags me.
True.
She does, really does.
I know, but you tell me off as well.
Not as much as you tell me.
Oh, you do.
Oh.
They were arguing. Yeah, we do. People do. We do. Right. They were arguing like one the whole time, laughing my ass off. That's lonely. Okay, David. I may not have answers to what I experienced, but I know what happened. Had it confirmed by my co-worker, I wondered if I was sleepwalking and turned things off. That's really interesting, Dave.
See, I always say, stick to your guns, okay, and don't listen to what other
100%.
people say to you, because the experience is always very personal to people.
Yeah.
And some people will try and explain it to you, but you know what you experience. It's a classic. I mean, back to Mr. Robbins again. It's a classic. I know what I saw. Yes. You know, sometimes we can try and explain it away, but a lot of the time, those experiences are very, very personal. And having somebody else witness the same sort of thing as well just corroborates what you've seen. So to have the same experience, witness the same things, there's got to be something to it. So yeah, no, we never question it. Anybody says anything like that to us, we never question it. We always take it at face value. You know, we can look at it and think, yeah, maybe, okay, it might have been this, it might have been that, but everybody's experiences are personal.
But you don't have to be shall I use the label psychic to experience things either. Nigel is not psychic.
No, not at all.
Nigel has been with me and he has picked up on things that he cannot explain.
Yeah.
Going back again to D from Green, when I was crossing people over, what did you tell the guys what you sensed?
Well, first of all, when the first one went over, I saw a light flash in front of me, really bright light. And it sort of just came on and then went off again, just like a headlight, like a flash, you know, like someone turned the torch on and off, a really bright torch. And then as I stood there, Jules was sort of saying they're coming, and I could feel people brushing past me, actually.
Well, I said that afterwards.
Yeah.
Because had I said it beforehand, it could have been psychosomatic.
Yeah.
I actually said that after
Yeah.
you started to feel people because you got upset.
Yeah, you said I've crossed them over, and I said I felt them. They all walked past me. I could feel them walking past, and
yeah,
it was really emotional. I got really emotional about it. It was incredible, really. I mean, I've seen people cross things over before, you know, but that was a real emotional experience.
Well, that's why I didn't want it filmed.
Yeah.
Remember, I said to you, I don't want the actual crossing filmed.
We never film anything
because
like that anyway.
It's really quite emotional. I get very emotional when I do it.
But that was an incredible experience. It really was.
Right, okay. Let's have a look. David, but he set his mattress up by my bed, and if I got out, he would know, as I would have stepped on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, tough years. David, I always say I can try and explain an alternative way, but as Danny says, I know what I saw. Yes. Yeah. Jem, thanks for sharing. Absolutely, David.
Yeah.
Miss Rose, oh, guys, who remembers Graham Torrington's Late Night Love? He did a great Halloween special back in the day on Halloween. Really cool ghost stories from callers. Brilliant. Jem, I remember this one with the lights. Sounded incredible. Miss Rose, it's on YouTube. Jem, thanks. David, I also spent time in the Skull Inn in Norfolk and felt things there too, way before I knew about the skull experiment.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. Go on then, Nige.
Skull experiment. Not saying a word. It is one I at some stage I am going to cover the skull experiment on either a podcast.
I'm sorry about the lights, guys. It is annoying.
Oh, I like the lights.
No, it's I don't know how we can stop that.
If I just move, but I keep going the wrong way.
Why don't you just hang on? Just stay there. No, that way. There. There we go. Don't move. I don't think that's going to work, guys.
We're not married.
No, we're bloody not. We'd
We're
be
not a
divorced
couple.
by now. Fuck's sake.
Sleeping
Right.
under the patio by now.
Probably. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. Miss Rose. Oh, David, I'll have to Google that. Tough years. Sorry, tapping on the tablet. Half the letter keeps on going missing. Diane, yes, do it. It's a fascinating experiment. Gem, the lights don't bother me.
Thanks, Jem.
Do you remember that doll in the 80s, Gem? Do you remember that? Well, you
No.
probably wouldn't, would you?
Yeah, like
I had a Gem doll,
Here we
and
go.
that was my favourite doll ever. It was like a Barbie doll. Any of you girls remember it?
Tangent.
Gem, truly
Tangent.
amazing. And the earrings used to flash. It was really cool. What? Well, it was. I love that doll. Squirrel. Okay, so Gem, truly outrageous. See, I think Gem remembers it. It wasn't amazing. It was outrageous. Vaguely,
Oh, God.
Diane, vaguely. See, people remember a little bit. And those dolls, they were like a rock group or a pop group or something. There was several different ones, I think.
Actually,
I
managed to
too
do
am
things with Cindy in my
50.
world.
See, Gem's 50 as well. Brilliant. 50 club. Brilliant.
All the best ladies are.
Hey, we've got all the experience. That's what it is.
Good about that.
Right, David. The skull experiment photos also included Kodak, who supplied unopened camera films, and the results were odd.
I'm not going to get into the skull experiment.
Come on, let's discuss it.
No,
Come
because we could be
on.
here all night.
Have a little chat about it.
My basic principle with the skull experiment is if it is that amazing and that good, okay, why hasn't it been carried on? The SPR, I do believe, conducted a session with the people that were running these skull experiments. And unfortunately, the people who run the skull experiments actually had everything their own way. They dictated what was done, what things were used, and the SPR didn't actually use any of this stuff at all. It's Izzy,
the ghost cat. What? Izzy does not want to be
angry.
No, she doesn't want to be online. That was Izzy, very briefly, the ghost cat.
So while some of the skull stuff does sort of make you think, oh yeah, God, that's absolutely amazing. The fact that the actual investigation itself was flawed makes me think that actually they got something to cover up. They weren't allowed to use any infrared equipment or lights or that. That's all done in total darkness. The people running the experiment controlled all the stuff that was used. They supplied the boxes, they supplied the film, they supplied everything. The SPR wouldn't allow to use any of their own stuff. So you have to question them. I'm sorry, but I'm more skeptical. I will sort of question everything. And with something like that, although I think it's brilliant, it's very clever what they did, when you look at what they were saying, it is flawed, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't know.
It's still interesting, though.
It's very interesting. I have to say, it's very, very cleverly done. I have to say, there are bits where you just think of how they managed to do that. And I would like to know how, especially when you're saying about the cameras with the film, with the images that appeared on them, how they managed to do that. It's very interesting. Yeah.
There's all kinds of things that I've heard. There were all these different experiments. Like there's the Russian photographer who claimed that he was taking photographs of the spirit leaving the body.
Yeah.
There was that one. There's all these kind of different experiments that are floating around, but nothing solid has really come out of them. What was that? 22 gram experiment?
22 grams, yeah, the weight of the soul.
Another one where the body weighed something different before and after the time of death, and that what they kicked that out. Didn't they say there wasn't enough people or something, and the experiment wasn't big enough?
Yeah, hadn't actually done. I've got. Do you want to have more people dying so you can weigh them? I mean, it's quite difficult, really, isn't it? Are you going to die? Quick, put you on the scales.
Yeah,
tough one. Yeah, Dave. The Skull Inn. Yeah, the Skull Inn is definitely one of those pubs with a reputation for being haunted. I think that's another young lady that was murdered as well, I do believe. And they used to be able to do investigations there, but I don't know if they still do it or not. But yeah, the Skull Inn has got a reputation. Another coaching inn, I do believe, as well, a very old one.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's got a reputation for being haunted. So yeah.
What's over said? I agree, Nige, but trust me, stay there as I did for about 2 months. While I was moving Norfolk, the pub itself has stuff going on. I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that, mate. It's just the skull
100%.
experiment itself that I question. I do that. It's what I do.
It is what he does. You question me.
Yeah, you have to. It's the rules. That's what
fine.
you do. Anyway, I suppose really we've been here like an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, hang on.
Hang
on. No, we're not going yet. I always thought that Weight of the Soul was a bit of old boat hooks myself. Maybe it is. Maybe we should have a meet up there. Why not?
Where?
Why not?
Where are we meeting?
Skull.
Skull?
Yeah, look.
Skull?
No, look.
Is that what Diane said?
Norfolk pub itself. Wait, I'm up for that.
The pub, the Skull Inn?
Why not?
You come to Norfolk? It's a long way for you ladies to come if you're Cornwall, blimey. Skull Inn, Joe. Skull Inn at Dis. There's another one local as well. It's got Bell at Thetford supposed to be haunted as well.
Is it?
Yeah. We want to come down York because we want to go to Shepton Mallet Prison.
Oh, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Diane's in Hertfordshire.
Mm. So where did I think you were in Cornwall? I think it's because of Jem, I suppose.
Di's not in Cornwall, it's just me.
Oh, well, see, I'm stupid. I assumed, didn't I? Because you're a married couple, I thought you'd be living together, not in separate houses. Blast me, boy.
David, if there is a meet at the Skull Inn, I am in. When you guys on next?
We haven't decided.
Blimey!
People really want to see her and listen
After
to
the
us.
beginning? Oh my God! And you want to watch us again?
I promise not to
Are
be
you mad?
so bad.
Are you utterly mad? Utterly insane? Right. Let me know when, Nigel, and I'll try and get over.
Am I hiring the Skull Inn now for a paranormal investigation? Could be very interesting.
Well, that'll cost you, young man, won't it?
I can ask him. You can stay there, so I suppose if we hire a few rooms.
Oh, Jem, if only you weren't married.
Oh.
What? No.
Please don't put things like
I
this.
tried
My
to show
overactive
you
imagination will
off.
start
No.
doing things,
Don't
ladies, so
meow.
be careful.
Don't meow.
Shepton. Oh, sorry, Joe. I thought you meant coming to Skull. Pardon me.
Dave, this is great, as I know and believe what you believe, so any support I can give, bring it on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, my love. That's very kind of you.
It's very kind of you. Yeah, Shepton Manor. I'd love to go. I love because Shepton Manor's got so many stories attached to it. I read a lot about the Americans that were executed there because I found that completely fascinating.
Ooh.
From World War II.
Well, don't tell me anything.
No, I won't tell you anything. I don't say anything. But yeah, it's what. Yeah, what happened to them, and yeah, I'm not going to say anything else because if Jules goes, she won't want to know.
Don't say anything. Oh, here we go. One of my favourite jails. Shepton's an hour away. Skull is in the next galaxy, isn't it?
It's in banjo country, mate. That's for sure. Yeah. And be careful coming out this way.
Why?
Because it's banjo country.
Bandit land.
We're not too bad. No, we're not that bad, really. Some of us have 6 fingers.
Webbed feet. All right, we don't want to see your socks.
All right. And I'm married to my sister. It's normal for Norfolk. Myself and Jem appeared in Richard Estep's book on Shepton Mallet.
Oh, we've got a star on here, Nige.
I like Richard Estep. I think he's very good. Very, very good. I wonder if he'll go on our podcast.
We'll ask him.
We can interview him. If I do that, that'd be fun. Then again, he might not want to come on our podcast.
We have got a long list of people that are waiting to be interviewed.
We've got professors and UFO abductees and all sorts.
We need to contact them and sort it out, don't we?
I know, we will.
Right. I've been on your way twice, a couple of decades before I knew you two, says Tough Years. Okay. David, it's Norfolk Tough Years. So, yeah, a different galaxy. I have been here 30 years and still an outsider. Yeah, I get that. Do you know what? I was born here. You weren't.
No.
You were Kent.
London.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was only in London for 3 years and then lived in Kent for the rest of it. So I was 16.
I was born in Norwich, but I worked in London for a bit. Then I came back and I feel like an outsider. So I get that. Miss Rose, so guys, please can you share your paranormal experience which changed your outlook on life? Okay, you go first.
Okay.
Because yours is going to be more interesting.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you're not a psychic, so let's
No, I'm not a psychic. I suppose I've always been interested in this stuff ever since I was a kid. My brothers used to read all these sort of pan horror story and ghost books. And I love reading, so I'd get the books and read them and scare myself shitless as a kid. But what really made me sort of consider it a lot more was buying the Unexplained series magazine in the 1980s. I really got into that, and reading through all the things in there I found really, really fascinating.
Did you read the 14 Times as well?
I didn't. No, it wasn't. I was collecting them because I actually had the whole set of the Unexplained, and I left it around my parents when I moved. And my dad put it in a box in the garage, and it got wet. I was completely ruined, and I cried. But I used to live in Brundon with my parents, and me and a guy, Steve, I know, we had a really odd experience walking up the road from the railway station one night with a girl walking in front of us who just disappeared into a hedge. And that really freaked me and him out. And ever since then, I've just thought to myself, there's something else in it, because we couldn't explain it. We just couldn't explain it. And there was another one, was a story my dad told me. He was an ambulance driver. For anybody who's sort of from down Kent way, there's a famous road there called Bluebell Hill. And it's well known for the ghost of a woman there who stops traffic. She was killed in a road accident on the night before a wedding. And my dad and his crewmate, they stopped one wet night. They were on an ambulance call. They'd been to a call, they weren't needed. The baby actually was being delivered. They weren't needed. She needed to go to hospital. So they went going to the station at Maidstone, and they were going towards Bluebell Hill. And there was a figure at the side of the road, a woman just standing there in the rain. So they stopped. When my dad opened the door, because he wasn't driving at the time, said to the woman, "Can we help you? Can we give you a lift?" And she nodded her head. He got round, went to the back of the ambulance, opened the door, and walked around the corner and said, "You come round this way." And when he stuck his head around to see where she'd gone, she disappeared. Completely disappeared. And there's no way she could have gone anywhere, because it's completely open. Not down the road, not in the bushes, not anywhere. So
yeah, your dad, bless his heart.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. He told me that story.
Yeah. Really, really strange. And my dad's sort of fairly straight up kind of guy.
Oh my God, 100%.
Yeah, both him and his crewmate, no, we couldn't explain it at all. So yeah, it does get you interested in it, and it just sort of carries on, So that's me.
Me? Oh gosh. I've had not as many experiences as you would think. I've had a few, but not a huge amount of sight. I'm just trying to think. I think the one for me, I have to say, the most memorable for me would have to be Deetham Green at the airbase with Steve.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what really got to me was he was all over the spirit box, saying his name. And spirit boxes you have to take with a bit of a pinch of salt, because they're not always reliable. But he kept coming back to me and coming back to me.
And it was the urgency as well.
It was the urgency.
You could really tell from the voice coming through when he was saying his name. It was like he was virtually shouting at you, for attention.
It was difficult, even though I closed down and I left him where he was. He came back. He came back to my house, and he was giving me grief at home. It was a tricky one. But the thing that got to me the most was when Nigel did some research. Now, one would think Steve during World War II was a common name. It wasn't.
It's not at all.
What did you find, Nigel?
There was 2 guys at Deetham Green Air Base called Steve, and one of them was ground crew. The other one was actually air crew. So the other thing we got was, when you were talking to him, you said to me, he kept saying something about engineer. He's fixing things, but he keeps talking about guns.
Yeah.
I said, well, he might be an armourer then. She said, no, he's talking about being on aeroplanes as well. I said, well, he could be a gunner. But she said, no, but he's talking about being an engineer. So I couldn't figure it out at all until I found him. He was a top turret gunner, flight engineer.
Let me see if I can find a picture of him, guys. Hold on, because you sent me that picture. So keep talking, Nigel.
The fact that we got all this information about him, he was the only Steve there who died. I then found pictures of this guy, and what I done was I got him and another couple of blokes that looked very similar to him, and I put them together and I said to Jules, can you see Steve in any of these pictures? And she picked him out.
Okay, hold on. That, ladies and gents, that is Steve.
Yeah.
He is the guy, and he was the same guy that was coming through to me. How can you explain that? Now, you could argue, okay, Juliet's just saying that. I described him to Nigel. I told Nigel exactly what he looked like. I said to Nigel, this is what he looks like. Nigel traced him all the way. You traced his college
All the way back to high school.
all the way back to high school,
Yeah.
didn't you? And his flight log,
Yeah.
where I said, this was him. Sorry, guys, with his plane.
We actually got that. Do you remember that on the time when we were there?
Yep.
When you were saying, you said to me, I keep saying the name. It's Johnny. It's Johnny,
He
but it's not
found
someone's name.
Nigel found his flight log. That there's Nigel's thumb pointing it out to me when he sent it to me on my phone. Okay. Telling me all the places that Steve flew. Okay. He never came home. I said to Nigel, his plane went down in water, didn't
You
I?
kept saying to me about water. Yeah.
That entire crew went down on that B-17.
He wasn't on his normal plane. He went up with another crew.
Yeah.
They often swap pilots and crews around. And he went up with a crew on a plane called Snake Eyes, and they were shot down over the Dutch coast and landed in the sea, and all the crew were drowned. And that was the crew of Snake Eyes that we passed over on the second visit to Deetham Green.
It was really emotional
Yeah.
for me because
It's just,
I really connected with that spirit in a big way. I really, really connected, and I felt his anxiety. I felt his fear. I think he kept coming through as urgency because all those men that he was with on that flight were stuck.
Yeah.
Where they were stuck, I couldn't tell you, but they were all stuck and they needed to go home. And when I was crossing them over, it kept coming up on the spirit box, skip, skip, skip. And I did not know what that meant.
no. But what they call the pilot of the plane is Skip.
And they were
captain.
calling to him, what do we do? Skip,
What do we do? Skip, what do we do?
Because I was saying, go this way, go this way. And it was like, skip, skip, skip.
Yeah. It's weird.
That was a very, very, so
Weird.
that I have to say is probably one of my strongest ever experiences. And when I crossed all those men over, the relief I felt, I cried at the end of it because it was just the relief of knowing that all those men that gave their lives to give us the life that we have today, we should never, ever take that for granted, ever. And to be able to give something, a little bit of something back was phenomenal to me. You know, it was very emotional. And when I'd finished crossing them over, we did a sweep of that entire location and it was dead. There was nothing there. So I'm 99% convinced that they have gone home. And I hope to God they're at rest now. I really hope to God, because those guys deserve to be 100%.
Yeah, certainly do.
I'm getting emotional just thinking about it.
I can think back of that night, and I stood there, you know, on that bit of bloody smashed up concrete.
Oh my God.
You know, and we just opened that portal up, and I just saw that bloody light, and I could feel them coming past me. And you were right, the sense of relief afterwards. We were both in tears, weren't we? It was just a sobering experience. It really was. Which is why we love doing the airfields. You know, because it isn't just the fact about going, oh, there's a ghost here, woo, woo, woo. It's about telling stories, the human stories that go with it. Because it's important that you remember them for everything. And all of these ghostly tales and things, it's important that you remember the people, you know, because people are stuck or things are happening. And you know, it's important
about
to share
people.
these things. It is about people.
And we have to tread very carefully with it as well, because, you know, there's going to be relatives, loved ones that are still alive, you know, and you have to treat it with the utmost respect for people as well. We actually got a commendation, didn't we?
From the 452nd Bomb Group. Yeah, we shared the video with them because we said to them, we hope you like what we did. And they were very pleased, and they thought it was really lovely that we took the time to remember them and to talk about the airbase and to talk about the history as well. So,
because paranormal's a sensitive subject, isn't it? You know, a lot of people don't like it. They don't want to talk about it, you know, and we wanted to give something back. We wanted to portray it in a very respectful way.
Yeah.
And we did that, we hope.
And we'll keep on doing that. You know, with everything that we do. I think the bulk of the people that are talking here, I think everyone actually who's talking on here tonight with us are of the same opinion. You all do the similar sort of things to we do. You all really do sort of take it very, very serious. And it isn't about scares or shits and giggles and the other stuff. It is all about, it's the experience, it's the understanding. It's, you know, learning the stories. It's helping if you can. It's important. It isn't just about going out and having some fun and having a laugh. That is part and parcel of it, yes. But to us, it's actually doing all the other stuff that goes with it. I love doing the research of it. I love putting together the videos and stuff like
And you're
that.
good at it. You're really good at it.
I'm right.
No, you are, Nigel. You're very good.
Shit with tech.
And it's, do you know what? It's all self-taught. He sat there for hours and just learned how to do it. So, yeah, fair play to you.
Yeah.
You've worked jolly hard on that.
I'm persistent.
Right. Okay. Let's catch up on our comments. Oh, what's Paul saying? Hang on, everybody. Oh, Nigel, can you scroll up, please, my love?
Oh.
Hang on, because we're missing everybody's comments. Okay. There we go. Diane. I was like you, Juliet. Saw my first at about 5 years old, my grandparents' house, an old Victorian property just up from Clapham Junction. They've all been pulled down now. Oh, interesting. It's interesting how I think when we do see spirit, we tend to see it as children. And I think, like I was saying, I think it's because we're not tainted. We're completely open and innocent to it, and I think it's easier for them to be able to get in touch with us. Okay, let's have a look. Paul, I need to know what
pomade Steve used. Brill cream. Okay. It would have been Brill cream, World War II, and the Yanks
Why,
Paul?
As
much as I, guys.
Do you want to have the same hairdo?
It's very smart. They're all very Americans.
Do you know what? There is something
overpaid,
about
oversexed, and over here the Brits didn't like them.
Well, it's because they were nicking all
but
the women.
They did. Honestly, they were very exotic, and they looked a lot better than our guys. They better.
I have to say, he was pretty cute, wasn't he? Back in the day, Steve.
I'm not saying a word.
I wouldn't have said no. Right. Moving on. Right. All right. Now I can believe you. Jules, the looks, and Nigel, the brains. Yeah, not much brains for me.
I've got something going for me. At least.
Do you think that he didn't know he was dead? I think he knew. I think he was stuck.
They were just stuck in limbo, weren't they?
I think he knew.
Yeah.
I do think he knew, but I think he was very distressed. I mean, I was getting woken up in the night at home, and this is highly unusual because when I close down and I shut down and I move away from a location, to me, 9 times out of 10, that's it. Very, very rarely do they follow me home.
Yeah.
Because I do not give them permission to follow me home.
We do tend to shut down, don't we? But I think that night we hadn't, had we?
I think we had.
Had we?
I thought we had we not?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Why, do you think we didn't on that night?
No, I think we'd finished at the memorial site and we'd been busy sort of closing down on Facebook and we forgot to do our closing down. Yeah.
Maybe it was my fault then.
Well, I think that's why he came with us.
That's probably mine. But yeah, he was pestering me a lot. All spirits, in my opinion, have passed too fast to know they have died.
You do get that as well, yes.
Particularly in suicides, you get a lot of that, don't you? A skip is a tasty corn snack. Yes, it is.
Prawn
and
flavour.
I haven't had one. Do they still make skips?
I think they do.
Love those. Haven't had them for years. Diane, I have a strange tale about 2 Spitfire pilots that crashed very close to Gem. Too long to put here, but we'll have to DM you. Yes, please. We'd love to hear about that, Diane.
We'll have a good story.
Jules, how exactly do you help cross them over, please? Is it a prayer? It's kind of, when I do it, for me, I go, it's kind of a form of meditation for me. I get myself, I'm trying to think about how I do this now and how I explain it. I get myself in a place, in a particular zone to be able to do it. And I have to be in the right mindset to be able to do it as well. If I've had stress or trauma that particular day, I can struggle to do it. So I really have to focus and get in that mindset. And the way I do it is, first of all, I will commence protection. And then once I've done that, I will focus in my mind of creating a portal, an opening. And then I will spiritually guide them across and tell them where they need to go. And basically point, when I've created it, I point and tell them where they need to be. And then it's chaos because most of the time they don't know where the hell to go. And it's, where do we go? What do we do? And it takes a little bit of time. It takes probably about 20 minutes for them to realize where they need to go and what they need to do. And you have to keep reinforcing where they need to go. And eventually they will move towards that light or that portal, that flash, whatever it is. It can vary from person to person. With me, it will start as a flash. I used to do it at my previous house when I had spirits that come to me. I don't practice anything in this house, but at my previous home, I used to do it, and my lights in my living room would actually flicker when I did it. So it's a form of energy transference for sure. But that's how I do it, and that's how I move them across. It's really difficult for me to explain, but I hope that kind of makes sense to you guys. Right. God bless all those lost souls. Yeah, absolutely,
Yes, yeah.
David. Jem, this Diane Tuffy is that experience at Point de Hoc came after I said that in my head. Thank you, lads. No matter your side, you did your job.
Yeah.
Miss Rose, yes, it's really intimate experience which you would need to tread sensibly, I should think. Yeah. Diane, that's nice. Jem, getting the personal history correct and done with respect is vital. I love your approach. Thank you, lovely. 100%. Miss Rose, oh, my experiences completely changed my outlook on life and perception of death. I now don't fear death, but the dying experience I do. I'm with you on that, lovely.
I actually sat in a hospital room with my dad and watched him die. And okay, he was on a lot of drugs at the time, and he was
You're all right
sort of
talking about
unconscious. Yeah,
this?
I'm absolutely fine. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's really peaceful, really, really peaceful, and felt the complete atmosphere lift after he'd gone. He just took a deep breath and he sighed and he was gone. You know, it was just like that. And I was really glad that I was there with him, because I think it's one of the worst things to think that people sort of die on their own. But yeah, I don't fear dying now. I don't want to die. I do enjoy being around, but I don't think I fear it, and I certainly don't think I fear the afterlife, because of what the stuff that I do. I don't fear it anymore, because I think, okay, if there is something there, it's going to be okay. But if there isn't something there, it's still going to be okay.
Your dad's mum, she was with him.
Yeah,
Remember what I
you
said?
saw her around my mum's house. Yeah,
I described her.
perfectly. Absolutely
never- I have
perfect.
never
met her,
been-
never seen her, never knew what she was
I'd
like.
never been to Nigel's mum's
Described her
house
absolutely
before.
perfectly. My dad's mum was there, so yeah.
She was waiting. She was waiting to take him home. Okay. We Diane said definitely we owe those who have passed a duty of care. Tuffy is that's why I keep coming back to Out There Paranormal, is that we're all like-minded. Absolutely we are.
Great.
Then it's lovely to have your support as well.
That's Michael. Hi, Michael. Sorry we missed you earlier on.
Hello, my lovely. Thank you for tuning in, Mike. Is Vicky with you? Are you both there, or is it just you, my love? Miss Rose, thanks for sharing that. Tough years. Nigel, I was with my dad when he passed, so don't feel alone.
No, it's a sobering experience, I have to say, and it's certainly something I wouldn't want to repeat again. My biggest fear that I was going to have nightmares, that I was going to see him, you know, over and over and over again, and I'd be there, sort of holding his hand and watching him die. But I don't. And it's really, really good. I miss him. You know, I'm not going to say that I don't. I had a fractured relationship with my dad, but in the past sort of few years, it had got an awful lot better, and we'd forgiven each other, which is the most important thing. You know, after all that went on, me and my dad didn't see eye to eye. We didn't get on at all. But you know, since my daughter was born 25 years ago, he really understands Anna, and Anna really loved him, and yeah. So it was good to be able to be there for him. It really was. Bless him. And he's in a better place, aren't you, Dad? Up
He
there,
is.
looking down, I should think, thinking,
he's not by
what's
himself.
he talking about?
He's
I know
being
he
told
isn't.
off by his mum.
I imagine he is.
Well, he is.
She was bloody scary.
Well,
God.
she still is. She hasn't changed.
She was frightening.
But she's got a kind approach, though. She's not that frightening. She's just strict.
She's strict, yeah.
Why am I telling you this? You should know.
I remember she was built like a brick shithouse and really scary, and she had curly hair over her ears and big rings.
She had huge boobs.
She had
that
massive
woman.
tits. She did.
She had a big floral dress.
Yeah, well, she used to wear a pinny thing.
That's right.
Yeah, over the top. Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah, she was. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Bunker. She's fast asleep. Vix fast asleep. Oh, send her a hug
Bless.
from me. Tough years. My dad was so ill. It was a blessing when he passed. Yeah, I think
My
you
dad
felt
the same.
like that.
Yeah, my dad was the same. Yeah, he
was
really went
struggling.
downhill quite rapidly. He had bladder cancer metastasized into his lungs. It spread to his liver, and he was really quite poorly in the end. So it was a blessing for him to go. So yeah.
Okay. Miss Rose, I had a very fractured relationship with my dad. The day before he passed, I had an urge to call him after 16 years. We made peace. Then he died. I couldn't believe it.
That's sad. Yeah, that's
Yes
really
and
sad.
no, because the
You made
peace
peace.
was
That's a good
made.
thing. You made the peace. That's the most important thing. But it
And
was a
that's what
shame you
was
didn't get to
needed.
build on it. But
It's interesting you have the urge to call him. Maybe that was the powers that be telling you that you needed to get in touch.
Yeah.
Diane, house coat. My nan wore one of those too.
It's a nan thing, isn't it?
Tough years. Dad had a what? Dad had a same sort of what? Dad had a slim, same sort of.
I presume his dad's. You'd had the same sort of thing wrong with him as mine.
Yeah. Okay, with you, lovey.
There we go. Well, we've been on here an hour and 44 minutes.
We haven't.
We'll just come on for an hour.
We're much more entertaining than the Olympics, aren't
That's
we?
all over now.
More drama, that's for sure. Oh, Miss Rose, here we go. Yes, I woke up and had an urgency to call him in hospital. I debated it because I was told he had 6 months to live, but I called him and he passed the next morning. I'm so, so grateful. Oh, lovely.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Tough years, bloody tablets. Bloody tablets.
Is it a iPad?
Bunker Monkey, absolutely more entertaining than the French. Well, I don't know if that's a good comment or a bad one, Mike. To be more entertaining than the French.
The French can be very entertaining.
Can they?
I don't know.
Well, I don't think the trains thought they were very entertaining today.
God almighty. That's a worry. I wouldn't want to be over there.
Oh, James Pert, you were far more entertaining than the telly. Well, it's a bit more drama than on EastEnders.
We can sing
of our
as
YouTube
well.
Thing, wasn't there?
We do singing, you know.
Go on then.
No, I can't sing
Come on,
to save my life.
let's hear it.
I'm not going to sing.
Go on,
It's
you know
dreadful.
you want to.
Hello. That's what French sound. I don't know. Sorry. Is there any French people here before I start? Are any of you French? But it's the way they talk.
Why are you looking at me? I'm not French. What's he looking at me for?
I was just waiting for her to say, go ahead and do something silly, Nige, because normally I get told off. Okay. At least we're not relying on subtitles here. Although, blast me, Bowman, type a bit like that. You're going to need something to see what's going on there, aren't you? Hey, blast me, you know what you're talking about.
Watch it, you. I'm from Norfolk. Cheeky monkey.
Yes, but you don't have a Norfolk accent.
I do sometimes.
I do sometimes.
Yeah, I know you do.
Picked it off my family. My wife's family are very local.
Well, Maria's Norfolk, isn't she?
Very Norfolk.
Yeah.
They all lived in the same village next door to each other.
Yeah, that is a bit Norfolk, isn't it? Hello. I was just pissing by your coffee. Hey, what?
Oh, so what's her face, isn't it? From Hello Hello.
Oh!
Good morning.
I wonder what you were going on about. I was thinking we haven't
Officer
got
Crabtree.
I tell you what I went to, right, a couple of weeks ago when I turned old. I had, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Sorry.
I did. Thanks. I did the Fawlty Towers experience at the President Hotel in London. It was fantastic. Fawlty Towers dining experience.
She hasn't told me about this.
It was.
I'm now going to hear about it.
Oh, the acting was hilarious. It was Basil, Sybil, and Manuel, and it was brilliantly done. Brilliantly done. So if you fancy a dining experience that is very different, do it, because it's very entertaining. And I have to say, I stayed at the President Hotel in London, and it was only 3-star, but it was actually really nice. And I stayed in a Radisson Blu 4-star, and it was crap. So yeah, President's much nicer, and it was fantastic as well. If you want to do something fun, then do it. It's worth it.
Don't mention the war.
No, good Lord, we can't mention the war.
I think I mentioned it once and I got away with it.
Do you know what I couldn't believe? Actually, he did. Don't mention the war. He did the walk, and I was amazed that they were allowed to do that. He actually did some of the walk with the, yeah. Boy, he did, and it was hilarious. You actually look a bit like Polly. Do I? Do I look a bit like Polly? I think Polly had a better figure than me, to be fair. I'm a bit rounder than Polly. Polly had nice legs, didn't she?
Joyce is curvy.
Don't start. So are you.
I'm just saying, you
Jules,
just
don't mention more.
you-
Sounds, hang on, Bunga, sounds like Mamma Mia at the O2 as well. I haven't done the Mamma Mia at the O2. He's about that high and over there. And going back to Fawlty Towers thing as well, Basil, the rat. Yep, you guessed it. Basil went missing.
It's not rat. It's Siberian hamster.
Yes, it was very, very good. Very well done. Things appeared in the food, in the soup. It was great. Oh, now I'm going to have to watch it tonight. Oh, do you know what? I've got all of the Fawlty Towers on DVD. I think they're bloody hilarious. That is classical British humour. And I know some of it isn't PC anymore, but it's still hilariously
Doesn't
funny.
matter. It's really
It's
funny.
great,
I mean,
isn't it?
it's all done with a sense of humour. It's not meant to be abusive or anything like that. It is just genuinely funny.
Well, you know the bit with John Cleese when he does the damn good thrashing with the car. Apparently, he did all that in one take. All in one take. You know, he didn't have to stop. It was just him going nuts in front of the camera all in one take. Bloody brilliant. I worked with John Cleese many, many years ago. After it was it. Oh, now I'm going to have to watch it. At least it wasn't two soups.
Two soups.
Two soups.
We call my daughter Two Soups. Anna will often come to the kitchen, and I'll give her like a bowl with ice cream in, and she'll go in to sit down with Maria. So Maria can help her with it, and she's like this, and I go to Maria, "Watch out, Maria! Two soups is on the way."
Two soups.
Two soups.
Oh God. Would you ever do a meetup? I would love to come with you any night. Any night or any night or in a night?
We did. I mean, we'll have to do it again at some stage. We did a talk at the Arboretum, didn't we, for Norfolk Folklore Society?
We did.
And we'll try and get some more of those in because it was, no, it wasn't a good experience. What we're talking about, it was bloody dreadful. Do you know why? Because I turned up with a projector ready to put things on a big screen that I'd prepared and took hours overdoing. And the projector needed a remote control to make it work. And I'd left the remote control at home.
So we kind of ad-libbed it to paying customers.
Holding up an laptop so they could see the screen. They liked it.
But do you know what? Yes, they did.
It was good.
And we were invited back. You could do an evening at the castle. Now it's nearly finished. Do you know what, Mike? If we could afford it, yeah. But we can't afford it, lovey.
If we got like 1,000 people together and all paid £1 each to hire the place, we could probably do it.
It's nuts, isn't it?
It's crazy. You don't want.
It's insane.
£50. You're going to be charging 50. I mean, we don't do pay for scares.
Well, it's insurance as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to get public liability insurance if we did that as well. We do have a very basic insurance for us, but we'd have to make sure that we insured all the other people as well, which is really difficult
and expensive.
Yeah, so we just couldn't.
So many venues are way too expensive.
Yeah,
yes,
they are. Really
they are, lovey.
And the thing is, they could actually, if they'd let a team in, like, sorry, we're going to blow our own trumpet here, but that's what we do by the by. If they let a team in like us that would do an investigation, film it, then produce a really quite professional video, because I can do a half decent job
and
when
a
I try.
genuine one and all.
Yeah, and then they got that, then they could show, so it's free advertising for them. I'd quite happily do it.
The problem with that is, though, if they're promoting themselves as a haunted venue, and we do a video and there's nothing there, we run into a problem with that, don't we?
Yeah, that is the trouble, and we won't invent it.
Probably loads of tough years. Shepton is £15 per person for the day, and you get to do what you want, but you got public in with you. But that's the problem, you see, because of all the noise.
Yeah. If I was going to do something like that, when I travel to Somerset, I'd want to have it for the evening, if I could, overnight.
Yeah.
And have control.
Well, you wouldn't be allowed out overnight.
I would.
No, you bloody wouldn't.
If I didn't say you were going, I'd be fine.
Oh, really? Charming. All right, then.
No, we could go overnight. We could.
I can't see Maria agreeing to that,
I think
Nige.
she would.
I don't think
I
she
think
would.
she would.
I don't think she
She might do.
Don't think
If I pay her enough money, she would.
I definitely
She
don't
thinks we're
think
having a
she
wild
would.
affair.
If you did 2 months of ironing, she might.
Oh God, I'd have to do a lot of brownie points for that, wouldn't
You'd
I?
have to do a lot of bloody ironing.
I would have to do a lot of bloody ironing. I'm drifting out of the picture here.
Well, get back in.
Well, we're drifting apart, Jules. We're drifting apart.
Right. What does it say? Right. Okay. Miss Rose, just don't do it as a paid event. Then it's just friends hanging out.
Yeah.
It does taint evidence, but you can get some good stuff. Okay.
Yeah. I think if you sort of find a quiet spot and there's not many people about, if it's a quiet period when you're there, then yeah.
But it is a gamble.
You'll get us to Shepton.
Ah, we'll get you to Shepton. Love you.
I could stay with my brother. He lives in Taunton.
Where am I going to go?
You can come stay with Colin as well.
Can I?
Yeah, no, in Colin. Yeah, no, don't go anywhere near my brother. He's worse than me.
Is that possible?
Yes.
All your brothers are naughty.
My brothers are a nightmare.
All of your brothers.
Dreadful.
And you.
That's where I get it from. It's my dad. My dad was like it.
Was he?
Yeah, he was terrible.
Oh, bless him. Don't get caught up. My cat is getting very close to the wires of the Mac here.
Come up here, look.
No, she doesn't want to come up. I tried to show everybody Izzy and she didn't want to know. Come here, Izzy.
Maybe up you come.
Come on.
Come on.
Show your butt. Come on, Will.
I'm trying it. I'm not going to say it because you know it's going to be dirty if I start talking about Juliet's pussy, don't you? Just as no.
Here she is. Izzy the ghost cat. Ball and all.
Here's a pencil sharpener.
Half a tail. Yeah, as a kitten, she got it caught on the patio door. Only the end bit. And then she had to go for an operation at the vet. And half her tail came back missing, which was a bit of a shock. But apparently that's what the vet had to do. So that much got caught in the door and that much came off at the vet's. So, but it doesn't affect her at all. She still runs and jumps and does everything that a nuisance cat should do.
Still a nightmare cat.
So easy.
Still wanders in with a jingly bell and going meow when we're trying to record podcasts. By the way, did I say earlier that we loaded a new episode of my podcast this evening?
Have you done that? Did you actually do it?
Went live at 7 o'clock this evening.
Oh, you didn't bloody tell me, did you? I haven't put it on Instagram.
I'll tell you tomorrow. We could put it on later. Trip Travel Lodge 5 miles away.
Hey up.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that's where I'll be then.
You could come and stay with Colin.
I don't know if that's safe.
Yeah? I don't think his missus would be so keen. Where's she going to stay with me?
We went out
he went out on a stag night with us, my brother Colin, and his partner wrote "property of Debbie" across his back in lipstick.
Is he that bad?
Just to make sure that he didn't stray. He didn't stray, by the way. My other brother did, along with most of my friends, who all copped off with various females. I didn't because I was comatose on the floor.
What if your brother's wives are watching this?
That was Phil was not married at the time.
Oh, okay. Well,
and Colin didn't do anything naughty. He was good.
Okay, fair enough.
And I didn't say who my mates were.
Oh, hang on. Let's have a look. Yes, I did an overnight at Shepton. Only got 3 flashing cat balls all evening. Okay. Toughy is one of my cats cut her leg tendon. Ow! When she was 3 months old. Luckily, the vets fixed it. Oh. Mike's put bunker. Shepton, good for UAP action as well. Mike, why have they started calling? Because I know you're into all this UFOs and UAPs. Why did they suddenly become UAPs from UFOs? Why did they do that? What was all that about? Because I'm intrigued as to why they changed that.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yeah, why did they do that?
I don't know.
Is it because things started to go in the water and they were...
I haven't got a clue.
Unidentified.
Rather
than flying, maybe they were swimming.
They're always UFOs as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but there was a lot of them going into the ocean.
Well, yeah, there's some of the Tic Tac ones that the Navy had filmed, wouldn't there? There's quite a few of them.
Yeah, but they're military. They're not aliens. They're military craft that they can, because they've got bases underwater, haven't they?
What, the Americans or the aliens?
The Americans and the Russians and the Chinese, actually. Oh, Jem, gotta go. Thank you. Really enjoyed this. Mwah. Thank you for your support,
my love. Thank you so much for joining in as well. It was lovely. Nice to see you. And we'll catch up again on wherever it is. Twitter, normally, I think, is where we sort of tend to see more of you, Jem. So thank you so much for coming in. And
take care, my love.
Type of messages. Take care. Bye.
Tuffy, it's to do with search terms, I believe.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Search terms.
There we go.
Why though?
It's not going to.
I'm not just right, because when you think of aliens, you think of UFOs. That's what we were brought up with. So search terms. If I was going to think of an alien, I would type in UFO. I wouldn't type in UAP. Would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you guys? I don't know.
I can remember the 1980s television program called UFO.
Yeah. My word, that's going back.
Shadow was the organisation.
Crikey.
Supreme Headquarters Alien Defence Organisation. Yay!
I wasn't even a teenager then.
Oh,
I
and they had the
think.
moon base.
Blimey.
Yeah. And the aliens had like helmets on that were full of liquid. And they'd
I don't
breathe
remember the
liquid.
liquid.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
I'm sad, aren't I?
Oh, here we go. Check out the NDAA 2023 and 2024. Thank you, Mike. It's a bit like road traffic accident being replaced with incident. USA taking it all very seriously after Grusha. Yes, exactly. Yeah, because he started to spill the beans, didn't he, Mike? It's going to come out. I don't think it's due to come out, isn't it? There's a lot more information due to come out about that case, actually. We're still waiting. We're still waiting, but
loads of stuff have been covered up.
There's a lot that's due to come out.
Yeah. Chilean government too.
Oh, okay. Don't know about this. Tell us about the Chilean government. What's going on? If you can, because I don't know about the Chilean government now. That's intriguing. It's not something I know about. You?
It's new on me, yeah. No.
Mike,
I don't tend to keep up with them.
Mike does. He
UFOs
knows
as much
everything.
as I should do, really.
UAPs.
Yeah.
So yes, it's going to come out. What does it say? As the bishop said to the actress. Love it. Talk about bodies being MRI'd last year. Ooh.
Right.
Okay.
Didn't know that one.
No, this is interesting. So what? The bodies, I assume, were captured in Chile, and the Chilean government, and this has all come out, right? Is this another crashed UFO or something in Chile?
Looked like the alien
I don't know
Close
about
Encounters.
this.
So classic grey then, yeah?
Some passenger and aircrew witnessed something strange on a Jet 2 flight last week in our airspace.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Because I mean, a lot of these craft, like things going OLTAT, like the TR-3B and things like that, a lot of them are actually military craft that they actually haven't confirmed exist yet. Some passenger and aircrew witnessed something strange on a Jet 2. Yep. Inside info. Yeah, a lot more being seen now. Well, it's difficult for them to keep it quiet now, is it, with the tech that's coming out?
I was going to say, because most people have got a recording device, you know, in their hand or in their pocket, and them in the shape of a phone. So, yeah,
but then they have got the cloaking capability now.
Yeah, but occasionally it doesn't always work, does it?
That's why sometimes you see things in clouds and stuff like that, because they can conceal and cloak.
I've seen Star Trek. I know how Klingon shields don't
work. But it's absolutely fascinating what they have, the technology.
Oh, God, yeah.
We've got no idea.
They're here. I mean, people say they come from outer space. They're not coming from outer space. They're already here.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were in Euphoria? There was that guy that came and spoke to us. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The Euphoria that disbanded UFO group.
He was very strange, but he had some salient points to say, though. He knew some interesting stuff.
I didn't know quite what to make of him.
No, you had to sort of dig out the sort of the genuine from the actual bollocks.
I mean, he was talking a lot about different alien species already being here, and at least 4 different species he was talking about, wasn't he? The reptilians that we all know about, the greys we all know about. Yeah. What were the other ones? Can't remember now.
There was an aquatic one he was saying about as well, wasn't he?
So it's all these different species he claimed were already here. So, do you think Skinwalker Ranch is real or just a drama? I'm going to say drama. That's my gut feel.
It's you know what? It's another too good to be true.
I want to believe it. Yeah. I want to believe it, but I don't believe it on that one. Mike, they live here too, living with us. Seen them, tall whites. What? Right, Mike. You've seen what?
Michael, you just don't come on here and suddenly declare something like that.
Now, guys, I know Mike, all right, and he's sensible. He's a sensible guy. So I'm a little bit shocked about this. What the hell, Mike?
Bye, Diane. Thanks for joining us.
Diane, lovely.
And
Thank you
yeah,
for joining
drop
us.
us some stuff by, and we'll catch up. We will try and do this again. We might try and do this every month or every couple of months.
We will, won't
Yeah,
we?
definitely, because it's been good. And next time it'll be better organised because I will actually learn what I'm doing and get everyone enough to set it all up.
But thank you for your support and thank you
But
for
thank
joining
you
us.
so much
Lovely.
for joining us tonight. Yeah, it's
Take
lovely to see you.
care.
Bye.
Okay. One family and a female too. One for offline. Okay.
Cheers, mate. Definitely.
Mike, tell Vicky we're going to meet up because I want to hear all about this.
Yeah, and you guys should meet up because she's not seen you for a little while. And I keep telling her to go and see Mike because he's really nice. So there you go.
When did you last tell me that?
Last week.
Did you?
When I said to you about going and see all your friends.
Was I there?
Yes.
Okay.
I said, why don't you go and see Mike and Vicky? You've not seen them for a little while. They're really
yeah, but
nice
Mike
people.
and Vicky were busy moving. They've been busy.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you're busy moving.
Well, they've moved now.
You've moved now. Juliet's going to come and see you.
I would love to come and see
And you're going to have to tell her the story now. You do know that,
I want
don't
to
you?
know all about this, Mike, because I'm intrigued now.
You shouldn't have said anything.
No, you should, because
gonna
I want to
pester
know
you.
about this now.
No.
It's fascinating to me. I want to know what you've seen. Yeah, we're all settled. How's Pussycat doing? Has he settled in too? Because my house is on the market. Yeah, Izzy's down here being fussed by Nige. That's why Nige is disappearing.
Such a tart.
She's like, fuss my Billy, fuss me. He's a pain in the ass, but settling. Oh, he's lovely. He's a cute little boy. Oh, I'm glad he's settling anyway. That's one thing I'm worried about when I move with Izzy is will she settle?
Hopefully she will, yeah. Yeah, just have to see, don't you? You can't really sort of say, no, I can't move because they can.
No, exactly.
Well, we've been here for 2 hours. I think we really should talk about.
You've probably had enough of us
going
already, I
home
would
and
imagine.
winding this up.
Yeah, and poor Nige, you've got like 40-minute drive yet, haven't you, lovely?
So it's only up past 10.
Is that past 10 already?
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does indeed. Okay, so thank you so much for
well,
joining
relax.
us. Okay, we're going to disappear off into the distance. And yeah, we'll catch up again soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. It's been a bit shambolic, but it always is. We just like to come on here and talk nonsense.
And you just like to come on and watch the drama.
Exactly. So at least I'm going out in a better mood than when I came in.
Oh.
Although I now think I'm going to die.
No,
Let me
you're
shut
not.
the laptop down. Julia's going to kill me.
No, I'm not.
So take care, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you all very soon.
Take care. Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye, guys.